You get.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Finally. Hopefully it'll stay that way, but just to warn you, my computer keeps deciding that it doesn't have internet drivers, disconnecting from the internet and telling me it can't possibly connect because the driver doesn't exist.
Ooh, okay, fair enough.
You don't have an internet driver, huh?
Yeah, we might need to update the Wi-Fi firmware or something like that.
Hack the planet. I hope still works.
Just get the router, pick it up and throw it out the window. That usually fixes it.
You reckon?
But don't do it yet. Do it after the session.
I'm thinking of going and getting an Ethernet cable for now.
Oh yeah, that's another way of doing it. That's a much better way of doing it.
Tin can and a piece of string. You know?
Yeah, tin can, a piece of string, or lots of homing pigeons.
Really fast homing pigeons, right? More like homing hummingbirds.
Yeah, so Harry Potter. So Harry Potter wizards can teleport anywhere they like, but they send their mail by the slowest bird, the slowest flying animal.
Well, that's because they have to be slow and relaxed somewhere.
Oh, dear me. Been chatting away for hours, wondering why everyone's ignoring me, and then I read.
It's okay, we ignore you anyway.
We thought you were doing prep work, you know.
No.
We're getting all the maps ready.
Wondering why no one's answering any of my questions, ignoring me every way, which way. Then I just noticed my mic was muted on Discord. So, why has the amazing Dodolfo got fatigue? Question 1. Question 2. Why is Elspeth on Discord yet? And question 3.
We've forgotten.
Is this game cursed? Can't think of any reason, any hindrance that has a character start with a point of fatigue.
No, neither can I.
You must have been doing a test. You were doing a test run the other night, and you had the amazing thingy being shot by Will Money. That's what it is.
Well, further enough, my major hindrance that I now can't put on the character sheet was night terrors, and that's why I have to make a vigor roll start with fatigue because I get woken up. So I can't think what I'm doing there.
So you're having slow as a major hindrance or slow as a minor hindrance?
No, slow's minor, because in the artwork he walks with a walking stick.
Well, he can walk with a walking stick with a major. He's just even slower.
Well, it's the Weird West, right?
Yes.
So on the combat map, he is slowed, right? And when we walk across the wilderness, he's the fastest character.
Right. Well, I'll give it
because the walking stick uses weird signs.
Nice.
He's got a trick up his sleeve or in his trousers.
Uses wilderness walk.
A Dr. Lovelace steam-powered wheelchair. Or maybe not.
At some point we'll get the game going, but probably not till next year at this rate.
It's not that long till next year.
I know.
I want to know how good is Wan Hong at speaking English, and does he actually speak Mandarin or Cantonese?
He speaks Cantonese, and his other 2 languages are English and French.
Okay, cool.
Oh wait, it's supposed to be 3 languages. He's that smart. What was the other one? English, French, and Portuguese.
Was this the first character introduction?
No.
Oh, bugger.
I was just asking because I'm considering taking the linguist edge later.
Oh,
Because my character probably should speak Spanish because of his grandmother. So I was thinking picking up Cantonese or Mandarin might be sensible as well.
How do you spell Portuguese?
I can barely spell it.
Portuguese.
I spelled it right.
I wouldn't know. English is my second.
Congratulations.
Yeah, English is my second language. I don't know.
Well, I'm adding languages in, so.
Will Money speaks English and Missouri.
Missouri, not Missouri.
Missouri.
Actually, languages are meant to be languages are meant to be skills these days, aren't they?
That depends on how you choose to run them as a GM. But having skill dice in your languages can do things like, once you've got a D4, you can still communicate, but you might, for example, limit persuasion by the die type that's in the language. So if you persuasion D10, but you only speak English at a D6, you can't persuade higher than a D6.
That's a question I shouldn't be asked, so I won't explain the answer. But the answer is language skills are not skills.
Hello.
I know. But unfortunately, what we actually need is someone to take over from the take over and code the languages tab to allow us to add dice to each language. That's what.
I'll just not bother because who uses it?
Well, there's a lot of things that need
skills.
need updating, but just give a kill a few months first. See what happens.
Heroes with the outsider hindrance know a different language and must. Yeah, I don't care. Just learn languages based on your intelligence. I've never really worried too much about this. The dice.
I mean, because at the end of the day, the dice value is just points, isn't it? It could be a language 3, and it would still play exactly the same.
Mercy Vancouver has lost sound.
Also, she's not on the Fantasy Grounds thing either.
Well, no, I mean, when she said she lost sound, it's like she just wasn't in Discord. She's not been in Discord all evening.
No, she's in Discord.
Oh,
she's just logged out of Fantasy Grounds.
Oh yeah, she's showing up in Discord now. She wasn't earlier.
Yes, she was.
Right, okay.
I'm going home. Oh, hang on, I'm already.
You are home. No, well done. Congratulations. That was the quickest return home ever.
Take my drunk home.
Right.
Speak, Elspeth. Oh, she disconnected.
Could you create me an effect of that, please? Drunken boxes attacking paces.
Oh, well. Sorry, I thought I was on push to talk. I was talking to the dog.
She told you get lost, Bert. Off you go. How long does it last?
Forever.
So okay, it doesn't have a duration. There we go. It should be there somewhere under D.
Excellent. Thank you.
I think you could drag it. Oh wait, hang on.
You should be able to just if that's on permanently.
Well, no, I have to activate it. It's a free action, but I have to activate it.
Right.
How long does Berserk last for? Because I've just broken.
Berserk lasts for 5 rounds, and then you take a level of fatigue.
It lasts 10 in total, doesn't it?
After the 10th round, you're incapacitated.
Yeah, no, I just broke it, so I needed to put it back to how it set. It was set to 10.
I like the bennies.
Yes, Will Money coming across. I mean, not Will Money. Clint Eastwood.
Did what not work again? Yeah, that didn't work.
One.
Okie dokie. Let's
two,
get
three,
going.
4.
Oh, sorry, we're going. We're going. We're going. Here we go.
Hopefully you can hear me again.
We can.
We can.
Good. Apparently push to talk doesn't work. It just shuts me up. But hey.
And this is a bad thing because
Ooh!
Right, go on, Kev. You're in charge. Take over.
I didn't even say that, and they're my wife.
I've given up. I've given up. I'm just going to sit here and cry a lot.
You do that every time. Kind of getting
Oh,
on that.
here, just a heads up. So this adventure of this campaign, does the railroad have anything to do with it?
I'm not telling you that.
Goddamn
Anyway.
trains.
No, just I've got connection railroad. I just want to know if it's ever going to get used.
So step one, okay, bear in mind there is something called the Horror at Headstone Hill player introduction. The campaign assumes you've read that. You don't need to read it yet because you're not there yet. But you need to read that before you get to Headstone. Keystone.
What do we need to read? Say it again.
The Horror at Headstone Hill player introduction. It tells you all about Wyoming. It tells you why you're going, but I'll probably read you what you're all members of the Twilight Legion and what the Twilight Legion is, what Unity County, tells you about Heaston Hill spots, the big bugs and threats and rumors. But as I say, you don't need to worry about that just yet, because at the moment you're not actually in Unity Country. You're in Wyoming, and you are all members of the you've not worked together or other than any characters that have already decided they know each other. You don't necessarily know each other. You're basically being sent. You've been sent. You're heading out as a group together. You are either on a stagecoach, or I think someone might have their own wagon, or you've got your own horses. So you're traveling together. You've just basically you've been told there's a mission coming up, but to begin with, and you're being allocated to the Wyoming state. And so at the moment, you're all sort of headed into Wyoming from whence you came before the campaign starts. And the idea was that you would all meet up and head down wherever. I haven't decided where you were going because it doesn't really matter, because you're never going to get there because everything's going to change.
I'm going to quickly run downstairs and turn the heating off. Probably about 30 seconds.
And before we go any further, is my sound good now?
Yep, it's working.
So you're in Wyoming territories, yep. So it's at the moment it's April and it's 1884. And you're in Wyoming territory. It's not even a state yet. So there we go. Modules. I'm looking for modules. What am I looking for? I am looking for. Loaded it.
I can't
Weird
see that
West.
on this device. To use your Echo to control your video.
Interesting.
I love it when technology interrupts.
Someone's got an echo.
What's
It will
technology
be us
interrupted?
because
No, he's talking about the echo that's in the background that was talking to the person.
I feel very stupid.
I've totally lost my train of thought because I'm just desperately trying to find the map.
You need a map to find it.
I'll tell you what's terrible is my notice checks. The amount of times I failed the notice check to notice that notice is already on a character sheet, and I add it a second time. It's very annoying. But anyway, so yes, I'm going to say you were all heading to basically you're all you all meet up at Fort Wasaki. Washaki, whoever pronounces it. It's got to be Indian rather than Chinese, I'm sure. So Fort
Wakahachi, I think is how it's pronounced.
Wakahachi. There we go. Thank you very much. So you're all going to meet up there and then head out eastwards through Wyoming territory. And that's not at all annoying, whatever that noise was.
It sounds like a Frere Rocher being eaten.
I was closing the bag of chips so the dog didn't steal them.
That's fine. It was really, really loud.
Yeah, if my push to talk would have worked instead of just deciding to silence me entirely. Oh, shit. Excuse my language, but the entire route is about to fall out.
Right. Before they get cut off, let's start with our character introductions. And starting on my tradition of left to right, John Watt goes first.
Or does he?
John who?
Or does he? Yes, indeed. I'm just surprised him as first. So yes, John Watt is related to James Watt, who invented basically the steam engine, or rather, he improved the steam engine to make it commercially viable. And that was great for the Industrial Revolution, except if you put a bit of ghost rock in it, it goes faster. So he quickly left to go to the States to find out this, and he worked for the railroad, basically building better steam trains. And of course, it started a terrible war. Of course, who could get to the ghost rock first? So we had the Great Rail Wars, or the Great Rail Wars starting, and he basically went into weaponizing steam engines when he came to the attention of the Twilight League. So he basically mucks about with ghost rocks and steam, and he's a bit insane. During his early invention days, he got a bit carried away with a weapon system, and he killed his friend. And now he's forever cursed by ghost rock, and ill fate follows him around from place to place.
He's also got one too many advances.
He's also got one too many advances, but it's okay. Is he supposed to be 3? That's about 3.
Yes.
Let's just recheck.
Fine. Okie dokie. Next.
Yes,
up
and he was,
is,
and the last thing was he was injured in an explosion, and he's got a gummy leg. So.
Thank you, Mr. Watson. Next up is Will Money.
I knew a guy called Kilowatt once. My name's Will Money, and I'm out of Missouri.
Is that what you're telling him?
Is that the whole introduction?
That's my introduction. Yeah. If you need any more introduction to that, you have to go and watch Unforgiven, right?
Talking of watching Clint Eastwood films, I watched a film this morning, thinking about this. Oh, this is Up on the High Plains. And, oh, yeah, High Plains Drifter. So I did watch that this morning, and it's like, if there isn't a film that is perfect for inspiring Deadlands in the fact that Marshall gets whipped to death while a town watches, is reincarnated and goes back and basically punishes them for it. I mean, that's pure perfect Deadlands there.
Have you need to make an adventure of that?
Okay, well, Will Watt didn't tell us much, probably because he's got no background on his character sheet, I suspect.
Will Money? Will Money? I'm Will Money out of Missouri. That's what he's going to tell you.
That's his background.
That's my background. That's all you need to know.
He was in Lost in Space and Babylon 5.
Next
up, no, that's Will Mooney.
Next up is Sophia D.
Oh, look at me, Sophia D. Much more than the girl you see. Came to get wed, now a showgirl instead. That's me, Sophia D. Watch it, hey, the show's today. Magic tricks for those who pay. Won't be a loss, why not bring the whole past? See our show today. I don't drink, no, don't swear. I got curly hair, I got pills, so books I collect. Keep your filthy paws off my silky drawers, I cost way more than a net. When I'm through, I'll start anew, doing what I want to do. Do what I must, 'cause this world sure ain't just. I'm the Sophia D. Do that, do this, let me be. Move my pelvis for a fee. Just keep your seat and we'll do a repeat. I'm beat. Sophia D.
Thank you very much.
That's a one arm clap because I've got to hold the push and talk button while I'm clapping with the other one. Very good.
Next up, very, very good indeed. Next up is Juan. I can't even begin to pronounce his surname.
Juan.
Kui?
Juan Hong Dong.
Juan.
It's Juan Huang Yu. Howdy, you all. I am here from China. I come to America to look for my brother and have decided that this is actually a better place than I think it would be.
Four.
I am here to explore and do other fun things. Yes.
By the way, I've got to
It's
give you a
thought,
Benny
not
for that one.
thinked.
I don't think I've run.
That's Will Money in character. Sorry. Yeah.
I don't think I've run a Deadlands campaign yet with a Chi master who isn't looking for his brother.
Really? They're all looking for their brothers.
Daughter. I was going to be looking for my daughter, but my wife was like, "Oh, that's so cliche." It's like, fine, whatever.
No, but it's always
looking for your
Brother,
older
because that
Uncle
cliché's
Bob.
never been done,
I've
right?
never had a Deadland campaign yet without that has a Chi master in it who isn't roaming the Wild West looking for a member of the family. It's just obviously, as we say, it's a written law. Next, but no means last, because they aren't, is Mercy Vancouver.
Mercy's a tall, kind of slender girl. She wears black leather jeans and a black leather duster, and she doesn't say a whole lot. She, says enough where you know that her parents brought her west when she was a child. Beyond that, she don't talk a whole lot. You notice that she wears a pair of guns strapped on her hips, as well as the rifle in the saddle holster. And she wears tall black leather boots, and you're looking too close. You notice a hilt of a knife that's sticking out of that, and then there's the whip that she keeps curled on her hips. So there's that as well. But beyond that,
Your whip.
getting to
on a
know
hip.
Mercy's not something that's easily done. Oh, by the way, she'll pat her horse and introduce you to her. His name is Larceny.
Yes, I just noticed that. I'm giving you a Benny for that.
So what you're saying is, trying to know Mercy, you get no mercy.
That's basically it. You're pretty bright for a Chinaman.
So last but no means least is the amazing Adolfo.
The amazing Adolfo, Prince of Prestidigitation, huh? Well, actually, the name's Patrick Harper, when I'm not being professional, that is. I'm getting on a bit, so if you don't mind, just speaking up if you're speaking to me. Look me in the eyes and what have you. It certainly helps a little bit. Patrick's pushing 60, certainly, and sometimes he has a moustache and hair, sometimes he doesn't. He's actually bald, but he often wears a wig and fake moustache. He's a stage magician and performs under the name of the amazing Adolfo. Sophia D is his beautiful assistant, and he rides around in a buggy pulled by a stubborn mare by the name of Sorsha. Named after my mother, so she is. She were a strong-willed woman too.
Well, there we are. Thank you very much. That is our entire party. So here we go. So as I say, you've met up at the fort, and now you're now heading east to Casper, where you're basically sort of supposedly going to get briefed and get an assignment from your contact there. So there we go. Everyone have a horse or a means of transportation in the case of the amazing Adolfo?
Sorry, what map are we on?
There isn't one.
Oh, right, okay, because we was at some kind of a camp, you said a minute ago.
No, you've all headed in different. You've all come from wherever.
I would headed up at Wakazashi camp, right? Okay.
Yes, and now as a group, you are heading east from there to Casper, where basically you're going to be based out of, is what you've been told, and that's what you're headed now. So anyway, so you've been heading east for about a day and a half, getting to know each other, and
I take it, Mister. I take it somebody could give me a lift in a wagon.
Well, only if you want the lady to walk.
And okay, fair enough. I'll buy the wagon off you if you want.
I'm sure we can both fit. I'm good at fitting in small spaces.
So
maybe we could buy a wagon.
The road here. You, as I say, you're heading predominantly east, but at the moment the road seems to be sort of backtracking back and forth around some very sort of rugged countryside. So as we sort of fade in on the posse, although you're heading east, currently you're riding northwest through the beautiful rolling plains and scrub forests of central Wyoming. It's a couple of hours from twilight on it says June there, but I'm making it to it's actually April because otherwise this one happens after the other one, and I want it the other way around. On a warm April night, and you're still an hour or two from your destination. Well, you're not again, but I'm changing that, so don't worry about it. This is the problem with set campaigns that I converted in one day yesterday and didn't actually read this bit of text. You're with some others you even know have just decided to ride against, besides strength in numbers and all that. The peace of your ride is suddenly broken by the sound of galloping horses coming straight at you. A stagecoach races from the west towards you. You can see one man slumped over the driver's seat, blood everywhere. The door to the coach is open, and as it races by, you see another man lying inside, also covered in blood. It's time for a little heroics, friend. So the stagecoach is out of control. The horses are panicking and running in terror along the road. So what are you going to do?
I'll try and I'm going to ride up alongside and try and grab the reins on one of the horses.
Okie dokie. Catching the stage is a challenging, dramatic task, apparently, rather than a chase scene.
I'm going to jump across to the stage and try and take the reins from there. Of course, assuming nobody's managed it in the first place.
Exactly. So apparently this task is broken down into 3 stages. Each player may try independently, but ideally one character attempts the task while others are supporting whatever clever ways they can come up with. These include riding to box the main rider's horse to keep it from veering off, pushing away.
Well, I'll do that. I can do that.
So stage 1 is catching the stage. So this is a riding check. Please, you need to get 2 riding tokens to catch up with the stage. Now, apparently that's the easy part, even though they're giving it a huge penalty. I don't think that's an easy part. The hard part is keeping that's the easy part. The hard part is keeping your horse running alongside the carriage as it bounces and shakes dangerously beside them. Now, obviously, in the case of if you're on the wagon with the amazing Adolfo, you better hope his riding skills are good.
Well, I'm on my own horse, Roach, so I'm all right.
Okie dokie. So let's see what happens. Okay, Sophia is on the quick, gets the Queen of Diamonds. Oh dear, we have people with clubs. This is a dramatic task, don't forget.
Mm-hmm. Am I able to do my athletics before the riding, or should I wait on hold until the riding's been done?
Well, it does, as I say, the way they've broken it down into 3 stages. The stage 1 is catching the stage. Stage 2 is to jump the harness.
You might want to support me in getting alongside first.
In which case, I'm going to encourage the horse with my knowledge of this stubborn old mule. I know that it'll work a bit harder for my tone, so I will talk to the horse. I
Okey-dokey.
will roll a Benny on that because
No, you
that
won't. It's a critical failure.
is it.
Let's
Yep.
start out
What did
this
it-
When
way
it's
the way
red,
we
you're
always
buggered.
got.
Then why does it say? Oh, because +1. Okay, fine. In that case, it's in a mard with me, and I've just made that worse. I apologise.
Don't
I
apologise.
just-
The dice cannot
would
hold
like to-
themselves.
I would like to point out that one of the new cards in the Deadlands deck, Adventure deck, is in here that lets you basically play the card to re-roll on a critical failure.
Aye.
You have to get the
Which-
card first.
Which reminds me, the adventure card I've got is useless to me, but I know who will find it, so I'm going to hand it over to.
Mercy will have to hand
Here,
one.
let me give you what I have back because this might help you right here.
Well, it won't help me now, but it sure could help me later. That's great.
Also, this has the adventure deck update went out with the bigger text that someone asked for because
Good.
of superpowers. Okay, so you
Can
got
I go
the-
for a support role?
Yep.
To the driving.
You got to deal with the critical
Okay.
failure first, haven't you?
Well, a critical
Yeah.
failure. A critical failure is
well,
my
support
basically
roll.
means Sophia's on -1 tokens. Oh, critical failure on a support
The
roll is
support
actually a
roll means I
-2.
bollocksed up his roll.
It's,
And
yeah,
you-
it's,
and
minus,
I'm a never-
Indeed.
it's a minus
Yeah.
2 to my roll.
Yes, which makes the writing check at -6 now.
All right, okay. Well,
Juan, you're up.
Apparently, I have to overcome a complication first.
You do, don't you? I forget it's not a chase. I was expecting it to tell me. Okie dokie. Well, let's have a look. Did you get? You have a horse, I assume.
Yes, yes, I have a
In
horse.
a dramatic task, the complication is just a further -2 to your roll over and above any other penalty.
Is it really?
And if you fail, it counts as a critical failure.
Yes, that's the one. And it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the
Really?
riding check, please.
Ah.
Or
At-
you
at
can
total
refuse
-6?
to roll.
Yeah, you cannot roll.
Yeah, I think I
You
will.
can
fail
choose to not roll.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I will not roll this round. I'm just going to kind of trot along behind everybody, hoping nobody falls off.
So basically, the point is you can keep up with the stage. You're just choosing to sensibly not get close to it, which makes sense to me. Mr. Watt
John Watt's on the carriage, isn't he?
is.
You can
Yeah.
try and make a support roll to anti-bugger up what I did.
Yes, that's true.
Right.
The buggy's overloaded.
That will be a -1 on your modifier, not a +1. That
Yeah.
brings us to Mercy Vancouver.
Mercy is on horseback. She's been around the West enough to know that panicked horses, what she wants to do is wheel her horse around. She's racing not just to catch the stage, but to pass it, to catch up with the panicked horses. Because if they're running alongside a horse that's not panicked, it helps to calm them. So that would be just a riding roll, right?
Yes, it would be.
Yeah, see,
I'm
now Will
looking
Money,
out for
what would
prairie
Will Money do in
dog
this
holes. I
situation?
don't
Would
want us
he
whacking up
control
and
the
upside
horse?
down.
Or would he shoot the
Okay,
horse?
that after modifiers is a 5. The amazing Adolfo, having spent a penny to get rid of the Jack of Clubs, needs to make a riding check at -5.
Yeah, which I've realised that maybe I should have not spent the Benny to change the card, but never mind, it's too late now.
You don't have to be on the club because you've got it. You can choose which one to be on.
No, I'm on the 5 of spades, but
Oh, that's all right.
I shouldn't have bothered to spend the Benny, and you'll all work out why fairly shortly.
Okay.
Now, Miss D, if you'd mind not talking to my mother like that. You stupid mare! Catch the feck up with that, or I'm going to stick a piece of ginger up your arse. And look at that, 2 successes.
That'll do it.
Will Money.
Well, I'm just going to ride along and use my riding skill to.
Okay, that's a riding check at -4. Not keeping up's easy. It's basically stopping your horse bolting and obviously not getting too close to the stagecoach.
I get a free reroll.
Do you?
Yep,
Nice.
born in the saddle.
Aha.
This is before I spend a penny. You're right. This one I'm going to blow the dice on. Oh, didn't work. Right now I'm going to penny it.
They don't like your breath.
Yeah, my breath probably smells of something disgusting. Yeah. Oh, bollocks!
Shit!
Holy hell, this is going to be a fun campaign.
It's okay.
The other option, I was actually thinking of just shooting the horses. I might do that next time.
Well, okay, new round. Let's see what happens on round 2. Juan gets to go first.
Wow, more clubs. There's clubs all round, isn't there?
Only for Will.
Are we still trying to catch the horses? Is that what we're doing?
Potentially speaking.
The
so
buggy is caught up. The buggy's alongside.
The buggy is alongside. The buggy's caught up. No one else has got. The buggy's parallel and in a position where people can attempt to jump the harness. Whereas the rest of you are still trying to catch up. Yes.
I might regret that.
Okay. And that's at a -4?
Yes, so you don't have to try if you don't want to, obviously.
Oh,
Or you
yeah,
can
no,
support.
let's
Or
go
what
ahead
you
and give
can do at this point is you can support Sophia and John Watt, because in theory they're going to attempt to jump across.
This is true. Let's go ahead and give Sophia an assist. I'm going to. What am I going to do? How am I going to do this? I'm going to use my athletics skill to advise her on how to jump without losing too much momentum.
Okie dokie. So you're just doing a support roll, so we don't worry too much about. Oh dear, there was no -4 on that.
Yeah.
yeah.
But still, she's like, yeah, I know that. Shut up.
That's okay. So we're not worrying about you. You're not worrying about you in terms of a dramatic task, as it were. So I shall. You know what I mean. So we'll resolve you because you're not. You know what I mean. You're being.
Yeah, no, I'm not participating. My rating is a D4, so yeah, I'm not going to try and catch up.
No, I am completely fine, Mr. William Money, I should say.
Oh, son of a gun.
Born in the saddle, I believe, aren't you?
Yep, let's do it again. Now I need to get double 6s. Wow, -4 just doesn't help anything, does it? I'm not spending a penny on that.
It doesn't. It's really horrible, that one. Good job I used the adventure. Someone convinced me to use the adventure deck, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, Sophia D. Is up. Sorry?
Before I make this roll, I would like to know, does my free runner +2 bonus count for my athletic roll to jump in this particular circumstance? Because it's borderline.
It's not a chase, is it? Free runners for chases, isn't it?
Not entirely. It's for difficult ground and chases. But I can read it.
On difficult or when on foot, you're not on foot.
Mm-hmm.
But you've got acrobat, and this would certainly involve balance.
I was going to say acrobat applies, but I don't think free runner applies because free runner's about foot chases, as it were.
Okay.
If you go on hold to go back after.
Hang on, free running wasn't invented for another couple of centuries.
I'm going to have to turn its volume down.
If you go on hold to go back on going after me instead of before me, I'll make a riding roll to support you by holding steady so you can jump over easier.
I spent a penny to get my card before you.
Well, then go before me, and I'll do a support roll afterwards.
No, I was actually spending the penny to get ahead of Will, but then he spent a penny, so making a difference. Okay, I'll just go.
Oh, I thought that was going to be another snake eyes there. Okay, so that's an 11. So you basically with Adolfo keeping the buggy steady, you jump onto the harness. This takes one athletics task token. What the hell's an athletics task token?
It's getting a success on an athletics roll, as in you get a task token for making a success on an athletics roll,
Oh, I
which gives
see.
you a task token.
So, you only need one success for this bit. I see.
So that's got two successes for the overall dramatic task, but has got
Yes.
the minimum of one success needed on the athletics roll.
Thank you very much. It's so long since I've actually read the rulebook, I'd forgotten. Climbing onto the stage yourself.
You read the rulebook?
Training down to the. Eddie here. Okay, so basically, yeah, Sophia, you jump onto the harness. So yeah, because obviously getting onto the stage is considerably easier than what you've done. You've literally jumped onto, the pole between the horses, because that's
I
where
do.
the reins are. So you're basically jumped onto there, and you've landed, and you're holding your balance. Next time, you get to grab the reins and try and stop the coach, which is a riding task. John Watt, you're up. Well, you can assist, of course. And don't forget, you can assist for the next round, this round.
Yes.
Do I have to get onto the wagon, or can I just assist her to grab the ropes?
You can say you're not going to actively take part in trying to stop the stage and be acting a purely support role, in which case you can just assist.
Because my
Sophia on the next
athletics
round.
is terrible.
It doesn't have to be athletics. You could roll riding to support to use your horse.
No. He means to try to jump onto the stagecoach. His athletics is terrible. So I think the sensible thing to do is stay on the buggy with Adolfo and provide support to Sophia to get this stagecoach stopped.
Tell you what, let's shoot the horses with some jiggery pokery.
Funny enough, shooting the horses is. Can I just point out, if you shoot the horses,
the horses. So I pull out a gun and it goes pop, biz, and the horses buck and slow down.
Okie dokie, which gives a +1 bonus to Sophia's attempt to stop them grabbing the reins and stopping the horses. I understand. Yeah, for the record, actually shooting the horses will basically cause the stagecoach to crash with Sophia on it. For the record.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm not going to shoot the horses now. I will change my mind about that.
Yes, I just said.
I misunderstood what he was saying. I was just clarifying.
So I was saying shoot the horses. I thought I was going to go, oh shit, don't do that. But hello.
Okay, Mr. Amazing. Say for you, I assume the idea is everyone else is going to attempt to support Sophia because she's on there now.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'll resolve you as well.
Are we supposed to support her now? We're not supposed to shoot the horses. I'm not sure now.
So what I'm going to do is
getting my revolver ready.
As Mercy's riding up on one side, and we've obviously ridden up on the other, I'm going to try and pull ahead of the stage to get in front of the horses, so that they're likely to shy away from the thing in front of them, which should give some help to Sophia in reining them in.
Sounds like a riding chip to me.
That's exactly what I did.
You got +1. That's a +1 success. So Sophia's got a +2 bonus now, which will negate the -2. Now I'm just checking here. Challenging task is collect 4 task tokens in 3 rounds. Okay, so
We've already got 5. We've already got 5 successes.
No, it's a very interesting one. This in the first round. This is just. I tell you what. This is how obscenely horrifying and awful this is. I didn't write this for the record. So in the first round, you've got to get 2 tokens to catch up with the stagecoach, and the riding checks at -4. Then you only need 1 token to jump across, and then you only need 1 token to stop it. But if you don't get those 2 tokens on the first round, you're not even on the stage. So if you fail the first, and it's, you know what I mean, it's one of those. It's really horrible. I think the point is, if you pull it off, it's amazing. If you don't pull it off, well, it doesn't matter, because obviously there are, there are consequences. But that's, you know what I mean. If you pull it off, you can be very smug. So at the moment, you're all in a position to be very smug if Sophia stops it. So anyway, Mercy, I'm afraid you didn't get enough successes to get on.
Go with his channel and say let the pennies flow, because he's just being stingy again.
stagecoach. I'm trying to get a little bit ahead of the horses, pace the panicked horses.
Okay, that sounds like another. I'm gonna say I'm gonna count that as a support roll. So off you go. Okay, that's another +1 to Sophia next turn. You round. And the amazing Adolfo gets a joker. However, of course, he's already supported F. Sophia, so that's a terrible shame to get a joker there. Apart from the fact everyone should have got Benny's.
But it doesn't mean I can still do another support roll to try and get better than the +1 I've already given her.
I was going to say, you can see if you can get the +2, can't you? Yes.
Which is what I'm going to go for. I'm going to, again, pacing the horses on the other side and trying to kind of hem them in a little bit. No, it's still just the +1.
Still just the +1. Same for you, Mr. Watt. I think no, you got a +2 already last time, didn't you? No,
I mean, you can get high. You can get high on the +2, but +2 it is.
Well, look, don't forget, +4 is the maximum support you can give someone in a dramatic task.
And
Yes.
an individual can only give +2.
Yes, but anyway, John Watt,
Right.
you're currently Sophia's on +3 bonus, and you're on a +1, so you can try something else to improve your +1 to a +2. Because if you critically fail,
Why would I get strength +1D? Makes no sense.
anyway, Sophia's on +3 at the moment on her test. So, what do you wish to do? Silence reigns.
Oh, you don't mean me.
No, I don't.
So what? What?
Yeah, exactly.
What? What?
What?
So I've already supported, have I not?
You have, but as was pointed out, at the moment you've given a +1 support roll. You can attempt to try again to improve that to a +2 support roll.
I might screw it up.
But you might screw it up. So if you want to just pass this turn, passing is
All right.
valid.
No, we'll see if we can get higher than the +2. So yeah, my gun. I seem to be firing my gun at the horses, and no bullets are coming out. It's barking a lot, and it's making funny noises and puffs of steam. But
Okay.
oh, +2 it is.
Yeah. Okay. So, Sophia, you get a +3 bonus, but there's a -2 penalty on grabbing it. So it's a riding check at +1, please. To grab the fallen rein, stand up like a real cowboy on the wooden tongue that holds the harness rig together, and bring the horses to a halt with style and.
The horses? You're bringing the horses?
Yeah, bringing the horses to a halt.
Bringing the
with
horses
style
to a
and panache.
halt. What accent is that, man?
I'm reckoning I should have got an extra +2, but I still succeed anyway.
No, it was a riding check at -2 because she had a +3 modifier. It makes it +1.
I meant for athletics, for being an acrobat.
Not on riding checks, is it? It's only on athletics checks.
I wouldn't say it's normal to ride by balancing on 2 wooden beams.
Acrobat doesn't give you a +2; it gives you a free reroll.
Free reroll.
Yeah.
Yes.
Aye, for balancing.
If the dramatic. Okay, so right, so the dramatic task is not failed. Therefore, the stagecoach does not careen off the road and overturn, smashing into pieces and causing serious harm to the horses and anyone on or inside the carriage. And basically, however, you managed to stop it.
Well done, Sophia.
Indeed, I'm going to actually award a point of conviction for that one because it was very impressive. Well done, Sophia.
Thank you.
Whoa, Sasha! What now, Sasha? No! Stop! Stop! Check it! Stop!
Okay, with the wagon stopped, with the wagon stopped, you're also able to come to a stop and survey the scene. So as I say, the horses are obviously having finally been stopped by Sophia, are basically covered in sweat and obviously not too well off at the moment. And as I say, there's the 2 bloody men, as in covered in blood, not annoying and upsetting.
Well, there not being much that can be done for the men covered in blood.
Are they dead?
I don't know. They're covered in blood. They might be still breathing. I can check that.
I walk up to one of them, slap him around the face. He was awake.
And I want to go and see to the horses and give them a rub down.
Okay, so the driver Okie dokie, no problem at all. Okay, so the driver, who can I have some common knowledge checks? Don't worry if you fail them. It's only just because I feel like it's time to make some extra rolls.
I had
Really
a
doesn't matter
dream,
if you fail it,
maybe
it just shows
someday.
your inner knowledge and workings of stuff, which Sophia for some reason does, and will money as well. Actually, based on the
Will money.
based on the fact of the attire of the driver, you actually the two of you realize he is probably not. In fact, the driver, he's actually the guy who rides shotgun to defend the stagecoach. What happened to the driver? You have no idea.
When I slapped him around the face, has he woken up?
No, he's dead.
Oh.
The man inside is a tough, grizzled-looking son of a biscuit wearing a worn duster. Clear as day on the shirt beneath. On the shirt beneath is a territorial ranger badge. No, I did see a healing roll coming in there somewhere from Juan. The ranger. There's no. In your medical opinion, there's no saving the ranger. He is going to die, but of course, in true dramatic fashion, he manages to get out one word with his final breath.
Turnip.
Pardon, what'd you say?
I said
Did you say
turnip.
Rosebud.
Rosebud, yes. Yeah, exactly. No, it ain't Rosebud. I was waiting for someone to say Rosebud. That's why I paused. He shoves a bloody note into one's hands and says "showboat." Obviously, he says it in a lot more pain, and then he settles back into the cold embrace of death. The blood-stained letter is sealed by a wax with a filigree star symbol that denotes it as a property of the Wyoming Territorial Rangers.
I'm gonna check the horse.
So what you're saying is he gives a note about a showboat to Chinaman.
Ouch.
I feel I have to
That was a
award the
stretch.
I feel I have to award the Betty for sheer contortion pain there. Narrative contortion there. But anyway, so there you go. Does anyone have thievery?
Have what, sorry?
Does anybody have thievery? Absolutely not. No way at all.
Yes, absolutely.
Well,
What do you want to steal?
anyone with the thievery skill reckons that although tricky, you could open the letter without breaking the seal if you wanted to. But
it's all a matter of heating it just a little bit, just a little, not too much, you know.
So that would be a thievery roll at -2 to open it without breaking the seal.
Benny that then.
Can I roll support on that?
Yes, if you want.
Well, what type of lock is it?
Eh?
It's a lock. It's going to explode. Don't touch it.
Just a moment there. Would you stop doing that now? Just hand that right over here. You give that to me. Oh, look, it appears to have accidentally opened.
By the way, have you seen my hindrances? GM. Go and look at my hindrances. No,
All these guys are being weird and arguing. Mercy has turned back the way they came. She's scanning up the road to see if anything is coming behind them. And that she's kind of ignoring these weirdos.
You know, we should probably follow the tracks back. This wasn't the driver.
Okay, I'm afraid to say, amazing as your thievery roll was, unfortunately, John Watt, in his attempt to help, grabs it, and obviously Sophia tries to stop him, and then the amazing Adolfo tries to grab it and sort it out, at which point you tear it in half.
That's a shame.
Well, that's torn it.
I was hoping my +3 support would counter out the -2 he was giving.
Never going to happen.
Unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, there are consequences to certain people's critical fails.
Oh dear, right.
Because I is cursed.
So so unfortunately you have torn it in half, but holding it together, obviously it's the letter's torn in half. It's blood soaked, so maybe got damage in the crash. Reading inside it is gambling is key. He took my toy. One riot, one ranger.
What? Is this code?
But he's a territorial ranger.
Gambling is key to a lot of things on showboats. No idea what the toy's about. And one riot, one ranger. I believe that's the thing they started saying down in Texas.
Do you reckon we should track these tracks back and find the people who fell off before we saw the code? Good God, would you stop it?
I was about to
What
say,
is wrong with the dice?
I was about to say, do I know of any showboats in the area? But obviously not.
I don't think you even know what a showboat is.
Can I point
Or maybe you
out
think it's a dessert.
Can I point out, Mr. Amazing Adolfo, that having red dice with green numbers on them is obviously encouraging the dice to critically fail?
Is that what you reckon?
Yeah. I mean, you rolled a red dice and it showed a red one. What do you expect?
Yeah.
Anyway, so can I please have notice checks?
Oops. Mine should have been a 6.
Only.
I think I saw it.
Heard it. Okay. Okay. So, but the Amazing Adolfo certainly does. Mercy doesn't, but with the noise going on, everyone arguing, and I'm not surprised. But anyway, you can hear the rumble of approaching horses.
Uh-oh.
Listen, you smell that?
What do you do?
I'm going to jump up on the stage and look around to see what direction they're coming from, how many there are, and what their disposition is.
Well, they're basically coming down the. They're coming down. Benny's must fly, apparently. They're coming down the road.
Good, we're going to need them with the critical.
Thank you, Benny Flower.
The they're coming down the road in the direction the stagecoach came from.
Okay. Can I tell how many and what?
You probably can't with your 4, but Amazing Adolfo on a 29 certainly can. The encounter. I forgot. The encounter.
I actually got a 6, but yeah, you're right. 29 seriously beats.
Here's my grandson.
Okay. The encounter's missing.
That means there's no encounter. We win.
At least 4 horses, but doesn't sound like more than 6.
Sounds like approximately 5.7 horses.
What?
It's 5 horses plus a lame horse. My grandfather was a horse trader. I know what stampeding horses sound like. I would imagine there's at least the same number of riders.
Half a rider.
Well, maybe it's a child.
0.7 of a rider, apparently.
Maybe it's a child or a teenager. They count as a not a whole person, you know. They're small.
So how much of a person do I count as then, Patty?
Oh, at least all of one, Miss Sophia.
Glad to hear it.
Okay. Well, that'll do. That's what it's meant to be, but that will just that will suffice as a sort of implied. Whoops, wrong token there.
An implied whoops.
An implied
whoops, Daisy.
Well, I just wanted something to sort of give a marker of where that's meant to, because I don't actually have anything that it works at all well. That is the stagecoach.
You mean you haven't spent hours prepping maps for us?
No, I haven't spent hours prepping maps for you.
Remove a Benny from yourself.
Surgically?
Righty ho. So, so I will put all the party on There you go. You're on. There you all are on the map. So the horse, you can hear the horses coming from the top of the screen. They're coming towards you. You've got a few moments to plan and position yourselves accordingly.
What? There's going to be fighting.
Well, they're coming from where the direction where the stage came from. So you get the distinct impression that they are maybe the people that shot up the stagecoach.
Well, can't we just send them an angry letter?
I'm imagining that the kind of people that would chase down a territorial ranger aren't the kind of people that respond well to a strongly worded letter.
I'm not sure they're the kind of people who can read a strongly worded letter.
There's a bit more wreckage. There you are. There's some wooden wreckage to make it look more like a crashed stagecoach. The horses.
I want to hide under the wreckage.
Want to hide under the wreckage. Okie dokie.
Is that a tree that I'm moved over to? Is it?
It looks like a tree to me. Yes.
That'll do me as a tree. Yes.
Yeah, I'm hoping there's a little cliff face we can hide behind, and hopefully they'll pass us, and then we'll get them in the middle.
Where is the horses coming from?
Top
north.
Okay, well, Mercy's just gonna continue moving her horse at a walk in that direction, right down the middle of the trail.
Actually, I'm going to be annoying.
Yeah. Confusing.
Yeah, sorry. I'm going to make it accurate. So you might want. I'm going to unlock tokens, so you can move.
And let us move again.
They're coming. If they're coming from the west, don't forget. Not the. They're coming from the west.
They're coming from.
They're coming from. Yeah, over there.
My token color's terrible for this map. I need to change it.
She buys the others time before they draw any kind of attention.
I'm
Mercy's
assuming I'm lying down flat with my bow and arrow ready on this slightly sloped rock, so hopefully mostly hidden and able to see down onto the path.
Okay, is everyone happy with their positioning?
Yes.
Okay, so the people that are coming, there are five men on horseback riding towards you. They're all armed. What are they armed with?
Weapons.
Yeah. What is a Colt Frontier?
We'll probably know in advance because the horse and carriage, any damage would have shown. Did they have arrows in them or bullet holes?
Yeah. So anyway, they're riding towards you, and they're all got their bandanas up over their faces.
Bandit.
Then I pause my horse and I just let one hand rest on one gun.
Righty ho. Okay. Well, they obviously see Mercy out in the open, but I don't think they see anyone else who's taken cover. So, Sophia Degas, Benny's all round with a joker.
Still, have to pointed out that I can put the prone on myself to signify that I'm laying down. I'm going to work out how to do that.
You have. It says you're prone.
Yes, just drag that.
Oh, has it already done it?
Yeah, I did it.
Oh, that's why. Okay. Right. I am
Did
going
this
to...
this map? You rotated the map, didn't you? Right. Okay.
I did.
Right.
Use a bow pro. Out of injury. I suppose yes, sideways. Of course you can. I don't mind. You hit. Roll for damage. 2 wounds. My word. Well, let's see if we can save him this early in the game. We
Looks
can.
like
We can. The arrow basically whips the hat off the top of his head. John, what is next?
So, it's just, he spends a penny on an adventure card. Did you see that?
Did.
Just in the nick of time.
Just in
Adventure card.
Action card.
Oh,
Don't forget to check your adventure cards.
Hang
on.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
That's a boat. I could actually do you drawing your bow. There you go.
I just wanted to go in first because they're all lined up. You see, that's why I wanted to go first. So I will shoot them then.
You will shoot them.
Oh, they're riding horses, aren't they? They could be flung off.
Yes.
Well, that's out of range.
It is if I spend power points, so is it not?
Yes, but I'm just pointing out you didn't state that before you rolled the
No,
die.
I'm spending. I'm spending power points. I was going to make it strong, but I thought, nah, I don't know.
You're supposed to declare the cost of what the cost, and then roll.
Well, anyway, it's going to be extra range. So, right. First of all, they're all distracted, aren't they?
No, this is not Pathfinder.
Ah, right. This is not Pathfinder. Okay, bah humbug.
Oh yeah, sorry, they are distracted automatically. I apologise.
It's still,
I forget.
It's still the havoc power.
It's still yes, but they change, don't they? Because there's one of them confusion. You get saving throws in Swade.
You've been playing Pathfinder too much. That's what it is. It's forgotten how to play real Swade.
Yes, so they're all distracted. So you can hit you can hit that distract button.
I should get a penny for that.
And all the horses are distracted as well.
And all the horses are distracted as well.
I'm not worrying too much about the horses, if that makes sense. They're obviously going to get off them. Well, they were going to get off them anyway as soon as the bow got fired, but someone jumped up the combat tracker, and therefore they're going to get flung off, I suspect. Okay, so now they get to make strength checks. Lucky me. Okay, strength check. You didn't get the raise, so there's no -2. Okay, he is absolutely fine. He's going flying. He's coming. Okay. DMG 2D4. And put that on F1. And yeah, it doesn't really. They're on the edge of the map, so they're just gonna. I'm just going to sort of have them fall over, as it were.
The edge of the map is actually a very spiky wall with spikes in it, I think.
Well, it's even if they get below and backwards, they're going to still be travelling, but they'll be blown off the horse and they will come flying onto the map, head over heels, having taken fallen damage from hitting the pavement. You know?
Okie dokie. So Gus Tranter was absolutely fine. One is shaken. We'll worry about the incapacitated one in a minute because I've got quite a few bennies. I will try soaking it just this once. Nope, he fails. One broke his neck as he's flung off the horse.
Nice work.
Okay, Gus obviously jumps off his horse, dives to one side into cover, and fires at the only person he can see who's standing out in the open. Missing.
She's distracted.
Mercy, you're up.
And you hear the gunshot.
Oh yeah, hang on.
A single gunshot. You hear a single gunshot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to target him when it's being twitchy on me. Hang on a second. Oh, fuck.
So we hear a single gunshot.
And then someone
What?
You
curses.
see Mercy look down at her gun like,
What's your
I wasn't
backlash?
supposed to do that.
I think it's just standard. It's standard fatigue, and because Mercy's a woman.
Yeah.
It only works.
No.
That's
That's what. Go look. It's
Point of
that
corruption.
whole corruption thing I was telling you about.
In addition to usual effects, so which also has critical failure gains a point of corruption. Each point of corruption gives a new minor hindrance or increases a minor to a major, your choice. Hindrances should be negative in nature, and which might become excessively irritable, grow a large wart on her nose, or become wanted by the authorities. Occasional good hindrances like loyal are possible with the marshal's permission. If a witch's corruption ever equals a spirit, it becomes a truly evil non-player character under the marshal's control. Reducing corruption. Every time a witch participates in reducing a region's fear level, she reduces her corruption by 1. This eliminates a minor hindrance gained through corruption or reduces a major hindrance gained through corruption to the minor version. It doesn't affect other hindrances or starting ones. You can also rid yourself of a hindrance by spending an advance. Okie dokie. So you get to pick a new minor hindrance. Aren't you a lucky person?
Well, you're going to let me pick it?
Well, I don't
It's
see
got to
why
suit your character.
It's got to suit your character. It does say each point of corruption gives a minor hindrance or increase of a major hindrance. Her choice. The witch chooses what hindrance to give herself, which I don't have a problem with, because obviously, as was said,
Okay, well, I don't need to think about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't pick scared the statues. That sucks.
Okay. Obviously, you can still move. Do you want to move because you are standing in the middle of the road?
Oh no, Mercy don't back down.
Okay, this could okay. The first one's remaining shaken, so you're okay on that score.
Mercy has the stupid hindrance then.
Overconfident, but that's major, isn't it? Okay, so hang on. Who was number one? Gunman number one's going to jump off the road. It's shaken, but he's going to jump off the road. This one's going to jump off the road this way into cover. The third one.
Actually, I was thinking more stubborn. So
the third one is going to. The third one's going to shoot Mercy because she's standing out in the open. But he is distracted, so he misses. Medium action card. Oh, that was a double.
Yeah, because I typed it without being a whisper first.
Okay. That was a double.
Yeah, because I typed it and it didn't.
I see.
Whisper, WIW, whatever. Yeah.
So Will, you're basically your Will is queue jumping. Over to you, Mr. Wilson.
I'm jumping queues like a queue jumping son of a gun.
So as a queue jumping son of a gun, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna shoot someone.
Sounds like a plan.
You going to move first, or have you got a rifle?
I've got a rifle. I don't think I need to move.
You don't need to move then.
Yeah, 24. Right, so I'm gonna shoot this guy.
Need to put these. I need to work out. Ooh,
Kill him.
it's 9 o'clock. I'm going to be evil.
You're not. A waste of Benny. You're gonna waste 2 bennies.
You know, he always says, "I'm going to be evil," like it's something new.
Or wrong. I mean, he's a GM. It's his job.
Are you moving or are you staying put, Mr. Will?
I'm going to spend a Benny on my damage roll now.
You can if you want. He's
No,
still
I'm not
dead.
gonna. I'm not gonna waste it. Yeah, no, I'm gonna. No, I'm gonna stand still. Yeah, I don't move. I'm will money. Yeah.
Huang, it's back to you, sir.
Well, that's a lot further than I was thinking it was.
You
That's
do a
after I
flying
doubled-
kick.
I-
If you're a trained
That's
martial artist,
after
you
I
can do a
doubled the
flying kick
tokens,
that far.
the grid size. It was considerably further before.
So Juan's just going to run up. Ah! He's screaming something in Cantonese. You're not sure what he's saying.
Okie dokie.
He's screaming in Cantonese.
What does the territorial ranger look like? Other than dead.
I don't know.
All right. In which case, he's.
I don't think that. What I'm trying to say is, I don't think there's a description.
Okay. Well, I'm spending a penny to influence the story so that he has a moustache, which
Okay.
Patrick Harper has a fake moustache in his pocket that he wears as the Amazing Adolfo. So I'm going to. I would like this round to support myself in a persuasion next round by pulling off the Territorial Ranger's jacket and hat and putting it on along with the moustache to disguise myself as the Territorial Ranger.
Right. I'm not entirely sure you can support yourself, you know. But you can. Obviously, your performance role is how good your disguise is. I'll accept that.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm making myself look like the Territorial Ranger that was horribly injured and possibly dead.
Yeah, it does say you have to support an ally.
Okay, fair enough. I think I'm allied to myself. I'm certainly on my own side.
Yes. Performance. Deception. Performance can be used by if the character is attempting to deceive, bluff, or disguise yourself. It makes sense in the context of the event. Yeah, I knew it was in there. I was just curious if they'd done any extra rules on. What's that weird red line that's appeared on the map?
Somebody's
It's
drawing.
vanished. It's vanished. Mr. John Watt got a joker.
Congratulations, John. You got a joker.
Hurrah!
Hurrah!
I'm going to cheat. Ooh. Oh, that's interesting. Does that break that deck? It does. Okay. So I found a bug. That's fine.
Right, well, okay, we haven't started yet, have we?
No, sorry, I was trying to cheat and see what cards were left in the deck to see if it's worth trying to get it. To see if I could get how many aces were left in the deck. But because I've loaded in a new extension, which means we can actually play poker and do duels with decks of cards. Someone's actually written proper card support, so you can actually play card games in Fantasy Grounds. The only downside, the only downside I've discovered is it does break the Savage Worlds card deck. But it doesn't matter because you're getting a deck of cards or a deck of cards. So you know what I mean? It doesn't matter because this deck of cards lets you go and play poker games in Deadlands like you used to be able to. And I'm also hoping it means I can actually make.
I'm thinking chase deck.
The chase deck, yeah, especially as there's now a bloody Deadlands chase deck as well.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of third-party chase decks. Apparently, that's started a trend. So
well, yes. So so that unfortunately, this is because it's a third-party app, and we can't have, we can't have an official product for it, but it doesn't mean people can't make our own chase decks now. Once I work out, it's all on GitHub, so I've just got to sit there and work out how it works. But in the meantime, Mr. John Watts, you're up.
Mr. John Watt is going on hold.
We might have to have a play with it.
We have to fight.
You broke up
So,
too much.
so we
I
have to fight and
said.
things. I thought we were going to plan railways and stuff.
Juan, you're up, sir.
Okay, Juan is going to start by drunken boxing himself.
Okay.
Because his pace is now 4, he's going to stumble forward. Basically, he was screaming, and suddenly he starts stumbling forward. Gets to about there, and I will take a stab at Cantrell Gunman number 4.
Okay. You hit him.
I'm obviously not targeting myself.
Two wounds. So you literally just wander up to him and in a drunken manner stick a spear through him.
Yeah, basically what happens is I started at a dead run and suddenly I start stumbling and falling over the place, and then I land on him with the tip of my spear.
Well, that's the end of him, that's for sure. Okay, Gus Cantrell is a bit upset by this. No. He is going to take 2 actions. For his first action, he is going to shoot you, Juan. Drunken boxing gives you bonuses to be shot at. That's really rather cool. And then I'm going to shoot. And then I'm going to shoot the Wichita Witch. Not that he knows.
You don't consider it a bonus when it's to be shot.
Well,
No.
a bonus against being shot.
Yeah. I think I've just killed Mercy Vancouver.
Ooh. Got 8 bennies, I doubt.
Yeah. Well, 1 crit fail.
Don't encourage them. It's bad enough they're appearing anyway.
I did notice the really cool looking dice though. That's better. Look at those 6s coming out.
That's the way to do it.
That's because you didn't have the right dice before. That's the problem. Look at that. Completely
I had these dice since the beginning of the game, but I had to get, remember when we discussed this build and I mentioned the corruption and you said you'd look it up? Well, now we know you have, right?
Yes. Indeed.
And how far off is he?
I remember you mentioning it, and I do remember I needed to look it up, but I didn't, so I have now. Do you like this Western theme? Quite nice. Apart from the tabs are a bit off, aren't they? I'll have to work out how to fix them.
The tabs are awful. Can't read them.
Yeah, fix the tabs. Come on, Kev. Pull it out.
I don't. Well, it's a very hard to fix tabs when you don't have access to the source. Do you know what I mean? Because it's an encrypted DAP file, so I don't have access to the source. What I did manage to fix actually today by chat on the chat was someone told me what I needed to do to change the color of the reference manuals because Joshua always makes them green for some reason.
Now they done pissed me. I picked up the stubborn hindrance, by the way.
Okie dokie. Okay, so you shoot back and you get a hit with a raise on Gus Cantrell. Yeah, I think he's going to need his bennies here, isn't he? 3 wounds. Okay, Gus has got 2 bennies. Let's spend one of them. In fact, let's spend both of them.
He's made me spend mine. He can spend his.
Indeed. Okay. You shoot him. It wings him. He snarls in pain and stares at you with pure hatred. That hit doesn't sound interesting. That hit sounds off.
Who?
Eh,
John
not
Watt
sure how
requests an interrupt.
Go for it. John Watt requests interrupt. He has the Joker bonus. He can do that at any time.
Hang on, if he.
So I take it. I take it. Will Monty is about to shoot somebody.
Yeah, I'm going to kill him. Yeah, of course.
Of course. I would.
And it's money,
let's,
Pegleg.
Right. Okay. So. Okay. So yeah, John pulls out another gun, and he shoots at the same person that Will Munty's gun, and it goes off like a machine gun, and the guy just goes and sort of like it starts freezing, and then it's a support roll on Jim Munty's next action.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, I pulled out a submachine gun halfway through this fight.
Okie dokie. So, Will Money, you get a +1 bonus on your next trait roll.
Have you added it?
No, you do it yourself, mate. Or we add it on manually afterwards. It's not a problem.
Okay, so I am going to shoot
Little
this
sheriff's
guy.
badge in the bottom corner. Just use your scroll wheel on it.
Oh, yeah, I know that, yeah.
It will raise. Okay. 4 wounds. Yeah, basically, you shoot him between the eyes.
Yeah, that's what I thought I was going to do.
Bang!
I'm sure some of them bullets were mine.
That was one bullet. Your bullets were just etching along behind mine.
Well, yeah, I can't really shoot, so I just thought I'd fire lots of them.
Going to press end turn because I'm a good boy.
Then I'm going to move.
Okay. Adolfo moves to there.
Well, it's not actually my turn yet because Will's not ended his turn. Now it's my turn.
Your turn now.
Adolfo climbs out from underneath the wreckage of the carriage and stands up on the little rise there, looking at the last remaining gunman, and calls out, "Y'all might want to put down that hog leg now, boy, or these folks here are going to be mighty upset with you. Y'all just put it down and turn yourself in, and you ain't going to have to get hurt none."
Don't
You
want to
have to
die.
basically
Drop
say-
your weapon.
Apparently not very.
Well, I think the problem is he knows there's a hanging for him if he surrenders, I suspect.
Well, I'm going to spend a penny on it anyway. No, I can't beat the 14. Never mind.
If you spend a penny before you, just for future reference on anyone who's doing a test, if you spend the penny, untag him before you spend the penny, if that makes sense.
Well, I didn't have him tagged.
You must have done to.
No, I dropped the dice
Oh,
on it.
you dropped it. Yes, but dropping the dice on it turned on targeting. So when you spend the penny, if you turn off the targeting before you spend the penny, it doesn't automatically roll a second roll. It doesn't matter if it does. It's just less confusing.
I see. Right, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because obviously
Yeah.
he doesn't get to re-roll unless I want to let him re-roll.
Yeah.
Okay, last but no least of the posse is Sophia D. You're shaken.
She's still standing on 2 horses, isn't she?
She's lying down.
Down.
Well, bending over backwards to touch her heels with her head, by the look of things. According to the token, anyway.
Asked him to surrender. I should give him the chance to surrender. I tell you what, I'm going to aim.
He was given the chance to surrender, but his response was to take a pot shot at Adolfo for the record.
Oh, in that case, I won't aim. I'll just shoot.
Yeah.
It's gonna be all
I'm just putting a narrative example into the the dice rolls. Yeah, you hit him. Roll that damage. That's a wound.
right. Oh, okay.
Because he was already shaken, you see, so down he goes.
Oh, I'd like to try and retrieve my 2 arrows, please.
Okay, that's roll 2d6. No, afraid not.
That's fine. No problem.
Okie dokie, right. So you have put down. You have you assume you have avenged the marshal.
I'm going to go and
Hey,
search
can
his.
I catch one of these horses?
I'm going to search his boss.
Indeed.
The guy with the
try and
brain
round up
splattered
the
behind
horses.
him, behind his head. I'll search
I'd
him.
quite like my own horse.
Yeah, there are 4 horses here. They will go stolen, of course, because you won't have the papers for them.
They haven't got the papers in the saddlebags or anything.
That's a good point. Would they?
Well, actually, no. In the Old West, unless it was challenged, you didn't ever show your papers, and they keep them in a safe somewhere.
You only really need your papers, as you say, less challenged when you're trying to sell the horse, if that makes sense.
Oh, well, if I don't intend to sell it, it's not an issue. Okay, fine. I'm going to have a horse.
Okay, so just take a horse. You can just grab a horse, pop it on your inventory, and I need to, and then I just need to make a note that it's a stolen horse. Not that it should matter, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Well, actually, if we bring in the bodies and in the next town we hand over the outlaws, we can register the horses as ours because we killed the outlaws.
Oh, I like the sound of that. That sounds cool.
Well, I don't know how long you've been out here, Patty, but just because there are outlaws out here don't mean whatever town we roll up on. Because outlaws run a lot of those towns.
The nearest town to where you are now, I've got a map. I can show you this because you're at an area called. Not that you necessarily would know it, but well, maybe a common knowledge roll. Someone might know the area.
I very much doubt it. Oops, now I've got 2 horses.
I did some research on the area before we came here, you know.
Evidently, I'm impressed.
I've somehow accidentally given myself 3 horses, so I take 2 of those away. So it is not in my bag.
So the nearest towns north of Brad's Rock, which is where you are, and that would be Sundown. Much closer than Casper, because Casper's sort of way off the map. So Sundown's the nearest town. So you can load up. You can take the horses, load up the bandits, and probably take the marshal's body and the driver's body with you as well, couldn't you?
And
The only horse.
So we're travelling to Sundown.
You are indeed.
And even if we found the horses with everybody dead, taking them into a town, we'd still be able to sell them. Not necessarily for a great deal for their full value, but we'd definitely be able to sell them.
Well, it's sundown, so you better beware.
That is
any farms nearby? Any farms nearby? No.
No. Not according to that map. This is brilliant. I like this. I like this a lot. So, yeah, here we go. As the heroes sort the wagon out and its unfortunates, they see a group of 8 riders approaching at rapid pace. They have about 30 seconds. And there's a load of blurb about what's going on. And then at the bottom, so bear in mind, 8 riders,
Mm-hmm.
and then at the bottom, what I used, Cantrell Gang 5.
Hmm.
So you can't win it.
I've taken a horse into my gear, but
Well,
to get a horse
if
on
there'd
my
have been 8
allies,
riders, they would have just died anyway, so it makes no
I
difference.
just need to add one. I need to add the horse. Don't worry about that. That's what I was sorting out.
I was just trying to grab the only one that was there, and it's a wild card, and I didn't think that was the right stat.
You say
Oh, thank
that's not as good as the current adventures I'm working on.
Anyway, the country.
I've got NPCs that become wild cards and get weaker. What?
Anyway, the guy would have vamoosed because our gas went down, but he didn't live. So okay. After you load everything up, the ride into sundown, population 683, takes a few hours. You get in just as dusk recedes into darkness. There seems to be, get the impression it's a mining town. There seems to be people clearing out of the bunkhouses to spend their wages at the saloons and gambling tables. The centre of town is made of permanent structures surrounded by a scattered ring of tents and shacks. Stretched along the main street is a banner that reads "Showdown at Sundown." It looks well used. Can I have notice checks? Again, don't worry too much about it if none of you make it. It's not worth spending a penny to re-roll, but I suppose it's late in the day you can. So the Mercy and Sophia, you happen to notice that the sign is not only well used, but does appear to have a number of bullet holes in it.
Mm.
How long
This
before
place sure looks welcoming.
How long before it's my fatigue?
It's an hour's rest. You can't really rest well on horseback.
No, I wasn't assuming that. I was just wondering.
No. I was thinking. That was me also thinking out loud in my head. If that makes sense.
Adolfo's probably not noticed the bullet holes because he's looking around for two things: the sheriff's office and a theatre.
Okay. So let's give you the map of Sundown, because obviously, like I've in every Western movie ever made, they're always signposted. This one's even got numbers on the roofs. Not that you can see the numbers on.
Hammer down a can of beans. Hammer down a can of beans.
Well, this is a fair sized town for out west.
Got saloons you could always perform at, and a marshal's office.
Yep. So, but as I say, the town's quite. As I say, it's obviously dusk, and obviously the town's the nightlife's getting started, and many people moving around as you ride into town. Obviously, riding into town with quite a few bodies means quite a few people notice you.
Mm-hmm.
And as I say, as you ride under the sign, and yep, there we go.
Well, I guess we're going to building 7 then.
Well, it's also next to the livery and corral, so I think we should maybe check in with the local sheriff, see what we can do about these horses, the ones that aren't ours.
Yeah, there's a mansion on the hill. Maybe we could go and stay in the mansion.
Dakota's mine. We've bonded.
Would that be the sign over Gaston's? What does it proclaim it to be?
I thought you were going to number 7, the marshal's office.
Yes, but I'm just wondering if there's a sign that pokes out of it.
It appears to be a saloon.
Another saloon, okay. But yeah, I'm going
Biggest
to go
and brightest in the centre of town.
I'm going to go and knock on the marshal's office.
Okay.
I'm going to the saloon.
Obviously, are you opening the door into the marshal's office? Basically the inside of the building, the inside of the marshal's office is obviously not. The marshal's obviously not a very tidy housekeeper. You quickly notice the scattered liquor bottles, old chicken bones littered across the floor, and it's dusk, so he is there, but sitting behind a desk, eating his dinner at his desk. is the marshal.
Are there any wanted posters on the outside or inside of the marshal's office?
Probably, but they look quite old and out of date.
Any of them include the gentleman that we may have recently had an altercation with?
Indeed not.
It wasn't me.
Okay. Excuse me there, Sheriff, Marshal, whatever you're calling yourself in this particular town.
Who are you?
Well, depends. Is this a professional question or a personal question?
He's not going to be asking for your stage name, honey.
The name's Harper, Patrick Harper. Had a bit of an altercation on the road. And, well, there's
Got a dream boy, got
there was a
thumb
territorial ranger
in your
and a number of fellas
wagon
that were
and
gunning
coming
after him.
down.
Now, they're not exactly breathing anymore either, but you being the local law, it probably behooves me well to report it all to you.
Is anyone else in the marshal's office with the amazing Adolfo?
I'm in the doorway.
You're in the doorway.
Yeah, I'll
Rode
go
up
up.
near the door, but I wouldn't have dismounted from my horse.
I've gone and parked my
Yeah,
horse outside
right.
the saloon. Gaston's.
Did it? Gaston's. Well, hang on. Well, you got Gaston's. What's Sunset Arms? Sunset Arms is a hotel. Actually, let's go for him. So you've obviously got the barber shop. Gaston's is a hotel. Then you got Pluto's, which is okay. Then Pluto's is a strange symbol that adorns the sign of the shop. Is a circle with a curved line. Is a circle above a curved line with a cross below.
Weird.
Sunset Arms is, as I say, is the hotel. Then you've got the Sundown Geologic Limited, which is obviously the owners of the mine, which is the big building at the end of the street, I believe. Yeah, and obviously not that you can really see it yet, but there's obviously the big mansion house up behind it. So anyway, basically, the marshal looks up and seems to reluctantly leave his dinner behind as he gets up and comes outside with you. He looks at the horses with the bodies on them. He goes over and lifts up the head of the one you pointed out is the leader. And I need notice checks from anyone who's with the marshal and the Sophie and Dofo, please. Adolfo and Mercy do the two of you. It's a blink and it misses it, but the two of you do notice a look of shock and surprise, and then also a sudden flash of concern. I'm very intrigued by that.
When they see the headshot that I did on the guy, yeah?
No, I'm very intrigued by that whisper because you're asking about an edge you don't have.
Don't I? I thought I did.
Anyway.
I thought I had that. Maybe let me just check if I may have not put on something when I made the character. And I copied it over. No, I should have it. I've just not put it on. I do have it. I just didn't put it in.
Anyway, I say for a fraction of a second, there's like a slightly panic. There's a look of shock. Then it goes to slight panic, and then it sort of gains back to composure. Goes, Well, you might have to do some explaining here. This is Gus Cantrell, and as far as we know, he's not wanted for any crimes.
Well, these folks here were shot with his gun, his and his posse's. I indicate at the other bodies. And you can see the identity of that guy.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. So anything that's enough. Sorry, carry on. I've just noticed there's no undertakers.
Maybe it's running out the back of some.
But there does appear to be a mine, so there's definitely people with spades.
Exactly. So there's obviously a graveyard, but no official undertakers. Goes, well, I'll tell you what, we'll help me get the carries the bodies into the lockup, and I'll deal with the paperwork. In the meantime, I suggest none of you go anywhere.
No intention doing, but if you don't mind, me and Dakota here, Pat the horse, have bonded real well, and as her owner won't be needing her anymore, I sure would like to make sure she is well looked after for the rest of
As long as you hold it in the stables, that will be fine for now.
Mighty now.
Very kindly there. Well, I best lead the rest of the horses into the livery then.
And we'll help him move the bodies.
Oh, sorry, I didn't quite catch your name, Marshal.
Buck.
Marshal Mather.
Buck Norman, sorry. So Norman Buck Norman.
Nice to meet you, Norman Buck Norman.
Dent of a dent.
As in the late dent.
Oh, he's usually on time.
Well,
I'm going to say that's what your street lies.
Marcy arranges for Larceny to be cared for in the livery, and then she heads up for the hotel.
Indeed, I think it's it should be relative. Yep, take it down to the livery stables should be fine. That's number 13. I don't have a pin for that one, so it's obviously just a standard livery stables, so no problem there. I'm just curious. Oh, that's the Wild West Companion. There's the player's guide. No, that's still the companion. Let's try that again. It's me clicking on the wrong thing. That's the player's guide. The Weird West. Gear and goods. Goods on the cheap. Where's the services? Okay. Well, we won't worry too much about the buddy, but obviously you flick over the few cents it is to stable the horse and give it a rub down and feed for the night.
It's only. I mean, we could afford to buy the stable, so it's not going to cost us anything.
So, yeah, obviously with the marshal implying you can't leave town until this is all sorted out, that you basically the town's your chance to explore the town.
I've gone to Gaston's.
You have.
Yeah, so
I'm going to get me a bottle of whiskey.
Well, since it looks like the biggest and brightest place, I'm certainly going to go to Gaston's. I mean, it would certainly be a good place to potentially put on a show. And I've heard, there's no man in town as admired as Gaston.
I was waiting for that. Yeah, I was waiting for someone to come at that one. For the record,
room, boarding house with meals per day, $1. Services are at the last page of items. Gear.
Oh, thank you very much.
So, one question: who owns the mansion then?
Well, you haven't asked. The point I'm trying to make is until you start asking people questions, you don't know.
This is only one of Mucker's great granddad owns the mansion.
Well, first thing I want to do is when I get into Gaston's is see if it is just a hotel or if being a big building like that, it's got some kind of bar and stage and what have you.
If it is actually a hotel, it would be $2 a day, unless it's a high-class hotel, in which case it's $10 a day.
The Sunset Arms is the hotel. It's the Gaston's is a saloon.
Why don't we just buy out the whole floor of the hotel?
Are you made of money that I'm not aware of?
That's just penny. $10 is like 2 days' wages, isn't it?
Okay, well let's let this John Watt guy pay for the hotel. It sounds like he's
made of money. Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
Yeah, John Watt. You sound like can you get me a bottle of whiskey and all?
Well, I want to go up and if Gaston's is indeed a saloon and what have you, if there's a stage, I'm going to the
single malt, obviously.
Yeah. I'm just sorting out the fact that obviously I made this module in one day and the pins.
What?
I always get the pins. I always get the pins wrong, so I'm just having to repin everything. So bear with me. Number 2 is anyone see a number 2?
I'll come with you, Paddy.
No, I will most happily sort you out in a minute. I am just repinning the bloody maps, so when you walk around later on, the pins work. I'll have to. Okay, so Gaston's. There's a hand. So any saloon that's rated, any building that's number 10 is a saloon. But I've only got a description for Gaston's. So there are a handful of saloons in Sundown, but the biggest and brightest is Gaston's, located in the centre of town. It features few amenities that press even folks from back east, such as electric lights and cool air during the summer months. All thanks to
Electric
a small
lights.
Ghost rock powered electric generator located.
What's going on?
Fantastic.
We got any ghost power generated guns?
As you walk inside,
as it happens, yes.
As you go inside, all the walls are covered with murals of the Arc de Triomphe and can-can dancers.
Ah.
So there we go.
It's a bloody
Think I'll
frog.
fit in here.
Who's going inside Gaston's? Oh, it looks like
I'm inside Gaston's already.
Hey, that reminds me. That reminds me. Did you hear about what the French sent to New York? They're building it up right now. This huge copper statue. It's amazing.
Huge,
called Liberty.
Huge cock statue, did you say?
Copper. Made of metal.
Oh, I thought you said
it's a big
cock
lady.
Statue. What are you talking about?
It's a statue called Lady Liberty, and it's they're making it out of metal. It's absolutely gigantic. I mean, it towers right over the Dakota, and that's saying something.
What would the frogs be doing that for? Now look at that, Miss Sophia. That's a very nice stage with real electric lighting too. I think we need to have a word with the proprietor.
Sure thing.
It looks like. Is
there a hairy bear in the corner there? What is that? A hamster in the corner?
I think it's a stuffed bear.
Oh, it looks like
At least I hope it's
you sure it's not a hamster? It looks like a hamster.
Pretty sure it's not a hamster.
It's a giant miniature space bear.
It looks like a hamster to me. I'm going over to the bar.
If it's a hamster, then I'm worried about what size we are, or what size it is.
Giant hamster. And we want John Watt to pay for everything. Like he's a very generous young man.
Oh, just as long as I don't get beat up in this, a bit rough. It's a bit rough.
No one's going to beat you up in here, John.
Well, I don't fight. I play. I mean, if somebody challenges you to a duel, that means you play chess, right?
Yeah, all right. Just shoot him in the head.
So John Watt's down at the livery stables, and one's gone into a different saloon that I don't have a map for.
John, you're in the wrong saloon, John. Gaston's, dude.
Oh, I was going to Gaston's. Yes, I was going to Gaston's.
You're still, yeah, exactly. I don't know that. You're Juan. Okay, so you don't know where Mercy's gone. She appears to have disappeared.
Because they're saying it's only $10 for really. This doesn't look very posh.
But there's a giant hamster in the corner.
Oh yeah,
it's a bear.
Giant hamster to me. It's a giant hamster.
What is a hamster?
What's a hamster?
It's not the case.
It's a sex aid.
Well, it's your lucky day, young lady.
Well, if you're offering.
No, I wasn't offering to get your sarsaparilla. What I was going to offer is Miss Sophia D here and myself have the best.
These two are married, I think.
Prestidigitation
They've got a kid.
that you are likely to see this side of the Mississippi. I'm Patrick Hopper.
The amazing Adolfo and the Sophie D. They're a couple in real life, and they're actors.
I would like to speak with the proprietor, if
she's an actor.
That's possible.
She might have been an actor and she's become a mum for a while, or for the rest of her life.
Well, I think I'll need something a little bit. I'd care to
Sure.
speak the proprietor first.
You haven't got a button for that.
I haven't got a button for that. No, the proprietor isn't there. So yeah, she's.
Or the entertainment manager, if you have such like.
Is that a stage over
I
there
roll
by the
my
hamster?
eyes.
Is it? There's a stage by the giant hamster.
He says John's hamster one more time. If anyone wants to shoot him, be my guest.
Getting tempted.
This is look, it's a giant hamster. That is like what's his name? Out of the young ones, what's his name? The hamster and the young ones.
Crash.
I was
SPG.
on a
SPG. That's it. It's SPG.
My camera's crashed.
Will gets walloped. Will gets walloped over the head with my cane.
Okay.
My camera's back. Okay, right.
Don't
I'm going to
do
sort
that
out
again,
what
Adolfo.
I want to go and sort out
I'm
what Juan's up
quite
to. and the
happy
others
now
are
because I've
doing.
had a drink.
Mute everybody anyway.
Well, Juan was just kind of wandering into the second saloon, not the first one.
You just hit
in
me on the
town,
head.
but the
Yeah.
second one, specifically because he didn't want to be in the first one. Other than that, I was kind of keeping an eye out for where everybody else was going, and they all walked past. So Juan's probably actually going to be in Gaston's as well, but coming obviously later than everybody else.
There we go. You're in Gaston's as of now.
Yeah, you've got to stay with us because I don't think you know where you're going.
Yeah. Plus, you never split the party because you'd all end up dead, and then Will Money will be the only one surviving.
Well, at the moment, you're not very good company. You seem to have a very limited number of responses to anything that we have to say to you.
Okay, I'm giving up on that one. Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
At the
you
same
need to
time,
do the voice now.
Oh, for God's sake. I have to get voice mod working. I'll have to get voice mod working again before I can do that.
No,
But
you
in the
don't voice
meantime-
yourself with your own vocal cords. So, hello, my name is Jonathan. I come from the northern hemisphere, and I speak to you about the chickens.
I don't want to know.
That's a voice mod. It's just you go, yeah.
Yes. I know. I was back in.
Voice mods are funny though.
Indeed. Right. Basically, Adele Jackson, she's the one talking to you.
Excuse me,
she's in
that wasn't
charge
me,
of
that was
Swing
my
Girl.
mouth.
She implies that the owner, a Silas Wanamaker, is not available this evening.
Zoe Wanamaker.
No, Silas, Zoe.
Oh,
Well,
sorry.
would he have an entertainment manager?
No, he does all the hiring and firing himself.
I see, and he's not available. But well, in that case, perhaps you'd be amenable to us putting a show on the stage and handing round a hat afterwards.
I'm afraid that the can is scheduled to take place in the next half hour. As
Well,
I
I
say,
wouldn't.
once you talk to the manager and come to an arrangement, then of course we can allow you on stage. Until
I
then,
would
I'm
never
afraid.
want to compete with a young lady that's getting her drawers out. But perhaps you'd be willing to give him my card. It's just here behind your ear, says Adolfo, and reaches over and pulls a card out from behind her ear.
She smiles at that one and think what that one is. Oh, what the hell? I'm going to click it because I don't know what this is.
I don't mean to haze a tenderfoot, but you should never squat with your spurs on.
Click it. Click it.
I just did.
Well, I'll take that under advisement. Very kind of you to say, ma'am.
That's quite interesting ones there anyway. But anyway, I do believe you got something to sort out.
Yeah, we want to arrange. We want to arrange some rooms here if we can. We'll be
This is a saloon. You need a hotel.
Oh.
The rooms here are for much more temporary.
Okay, well then we get someone in
I
this place here
understand.
to arrange rooms for us somewhere else. You know, we got what is gonna sort it all out.
This is a place. I suspect the rooms are by the early rate here, and this is not where you want to stay.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you sort out some
What time
rooms,
does the show start?
She did say in the next half hour.
Well, personally, I'm going to see if any of these dancers have got a lick on me. I'm going to have myself a drink, sit down, and watch the show, and look at rooms after.
A bit rough in here, isn't it?
That's a lot of teas.
What?
Exactly.
What?
Really hit the teas at the end of that.
What?
Well,
What?
Daddy's going to move over to one of the card tables that's got a space and say, "Oh, so gentlemen, what's to buy in?"
Oh, we're not gambling.
I'm not gambling. No, I'm just going to stand at the bar drinking my whiskey.
I'm going to sit at one of these tables and watch the show.
Not actually whiskey, it's Drambuie.
Not here it isn't.
When was Drambuie invented?
No, you have to wiki it, I suppose.
Drambuie's been around for a long time.
Oh, then I'm not on the whiskey.
I
I'm
don't
on the
imagine you
Drambuie.
find it here.
No, not in a little podunk town like this, unless it happens to be the drink that the Wanamakers like.
Mm.
I think it's the drink that
Ooh,
want to make
if they've got absinthe, I'll go for that.
Chasing the green fairy.
You silly sevens, though. Well, at the rate they're going, it could be a while, but yeah, no problem. I will do so. I'm just trying to remember. Lots of rules I've forgotten.
Who are you talking to?
Whoever's whispering.
Gambling depends on if you're going to do it as an opposed thing, then you set the stake. Then everybody rolls. Lowest pays highest. The difference in the score on the dice times the stake. Next lowest plays next highest. If there is somebody in the middle, they break even and don't end up.
Did you multiply by 2.5 and add 3?
Okay, so
okay,
so it'll be $2 for an hour's after an hour's worth of gambling, because that gets Mercy back into the fold. The stake will be about $2.
So okay, well I'll then I make my gambling roll, and anyone else that's gambling, you roll for them.
Are you cheating?
No, I'm not cheating. It's the first time I've gambled here. That would be stupid.
That's why I was asking.
Mean you're going to cheat later?
Maybe.
Ah.
Don't expect he's going to tell you.
Okay, so that's a 14. Oh dear. I should turn on desktop dice can 8. So that's a 14, an 8, and a 1 on your opponents.
Okay. Well, I will use my reroll. And I'll spend a penny or two on it, but I have a funny feeling I'm in trouble.
Ow.
Yep, I lose all my money.
When you say all your money,
That was silly, wasn't it? You shouldn't gamble.
you literally mean every penny you had. Sorry, every cent you had.
No, I've got 50 cents left.
Oh, that's okay. I picked $2 as a random amount because it struck me as, for a small town, $2 is a lot of money in 1884.
$2 is an enormous amount of money. A 5-cent ante would be normal, but if they're doing a $2 ante, that's ridiculous. But never mind.
Okay, we'll halve it down to a $1. No, I'm not saying it's a $2 ante. The final pot was $2, is what I'm saying, isn't it?
Yeah, but the way you do gambling is you set what the ante is, and
then I know
then
that's how you gamble, but it says for this here you agree on the stakes. So when you're using the gambling skill, it was the final. What you were rolling for the final pot, which was $2.
Right,
is what I'm saying. So from your perspective, you've probably lost $1.
Right. Okay.
Oh, actually, yeah. For everyone who's game, the highest pays. The highest total pays the lowest total pays the highest total. The difference times the stake. The next lowest pays the second highest difference. Yeah, you've lost $1. Is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
So that's about an hour's work.
That is an hour's work, so Mercy, you are no longer fatigued. You can come and join the party at Gaston's. So what are the rest of you doing in this hour while he's gambling?
Although I get paid $1 a day for sleeping.
What are the rest of you doing while he spends an hour gambling? Out of interest, because obviously there's.
I'm drinking whiskey at the bar.
I'm going to tell him about why I've got money, because I own the patent on a Pullman steam train, right? Here's a clever thing, right? Because you know that the steam gauge at TS14, right, used to have a welded sleeve on it. My idea was to place it with an ST18 with screws. Isn't that clever?
Yes. Have you sorted rooms out yet?
Well, I don't think we stay here. I think we need to get a place in a hotel.
Or can you not do that?
Well, I don't want to go by myself.
I'll come with you.
I'll get filled in.
I'm going to go with Mr. Watt and sort out some rooms.
Okay, what in the hour while he's gambling?
And while he's gambling, me and Mr. Watt are going to sort out rooms for everyone, because they're obviously they're going to need to sleep.
And I want to know who owns the mansion. If you find somebody could fill me in that.
This is that. Whatever.
Okie doke. Right, so you head back outside. It's definitely past dusk and the sun's setting. You walk back outside. You walk down underneath, because as you walk out the Gaston's, obviously overhead is the sign about the showdown in sundown, and you head down to where you headed.
So I needed a hotel to get rooms.
Well, yes, obviously. From where
Which
you're
hotel
right
do we
now,
want? We want to go to
Diagonally, obviously, you can see the Sunset
14.
Arms.
14's a hotel right across the road, isn't it?
Yeah, and if he had
The
come
biggest
out and-
hotel in the town appears to be in number 3, the Sunset Arms, but obviously there is a hotel opposite at number 4.
and that's expensive. If you had run into me out on the street as I was headed up that way, I already got room at number 14 because it's kind of cheap. It's clean, but it's kind of cheap, and I just needed some rest. So
Oh, then it's up to you, Mr. Watt. We going to the Sunset Arms or we going to the one across the road?
Well, what's a nice place?
Sunset Arms.
We'll go there then.
Okay, we're going to the Sunset Arms.
So number 14
following
is
me.
your
It's
basic-
well trained.
So number 14 is your basically rough and basic hotel. Doesn't have, it just says hotel. It doesn't have a name. Whereas the Sunset Arms is clean and comfortable and a little expensive for the area, but you don't have many choices. It's either this one or number 14, as it was. So yeah. Behind the desk is a skinny individual. Let's have a look at him. Yeah. So he looks up as you come in and goes, "Bonjour."
So how much is it for a room?
I'm going back into the player's guide, going into here, then I'm going to gear and goods. It was on the last page of gear and goods, apparently.
We'll just take the whole floor.
I don't know much. It depends how many rooms are on the floor. And do we need it? Do we need the whole floor? I'm just thinking for privacy. Or it depends who owns the mansion. We could maybe ask them to put us up for a night in the mansion.
Tell you what, the module's a bit iffy on that one.
See, anyway, so in Wyoming, the railroad up north
What I
heads
found
out.
out is the shaven. Sorry.
I was going to say, the railroad up, it comes down, it heads south, and then it turns and it heads out east for into the hills for Ghost Rock. But the idea is you could put a railway spur in going south. So I need to contact. Well, the idea is I know the people who contact the landowners to buy the land to put the railroad through. So I'm quite popular.
No, the actual module for the actual Fantasy Grounds module. Here are the cheap selling. No, it doesn't. I don't think services are in here, are there?
Boarding room, high class hotel, $10.
Is that Suede though? Is that Suede though?
That's Deadlands player guide.
What page?
4 of 3. I just typed room. I went to items
good
and typed
idea.
room.
That's a good idea. Why didn't I think of that?
Well, because
I know someone said
because while you were thinking where the hell is this, I just thought, what? Maybe I'll just type a word.
That's a great idea. You should get a penny for that.
Yeah,
Do you know what?
only one penny for that.
I type in room and I just get taken to infernal devices.
He never gives me pennies. Very stingy.
When I type the word room, I get infernal devices.
I know this sounds random, but try typing in haircut.
That's a good idea. Haircut gets me nothing. Deadlands, the weird
Really?
book are you looking at?
Shaving a haircut is
Shaving a
25 cents.
haircut,
Like I was saying,
25 cents, yeah.
it should be 2 bits, but hey.
Right.
Actually, that is 2 bits.
Oh, that's all right then. I thought a bit is 12.5 cents.
I mean,
Really?
you haven't got the module loaded, Kevin.
2 bits is a
Deadlands
quarter.
the Weird West. You type in room and it comes up with a
Interesting. I'd love to know the
room,
etymology
boarding
of
house,
how a
room,
quarter
high
is
class
2
Weird's
hotel.
Best Player's Guide. I'm in there right now. I'm typing. I've got the reference manual open. I type the word room, and all I get is infernal devices.
You broken it.
Do you get anything if you type bath?
Well, yeah, a high class room is $10.
Making
a
heroes
low class,
getting around.
A low class hotel is $2, and a boarding house with meals is $1.
I'm just very confused. Or are they on tables or something? Well, I don't know why I'm not getting them. But anyway, I will actually.
You've looked at items and the Fantasy Grounds and on page 4 of 4.
You're talking Oh right, you're talking items, not the reference manuals.
Oh, you're in the reference manual.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, that explains
That
it.
explains everything. Low class hotel,
yeah.
$2. High class. So this is a $10 hotel then.
Okay, we've got there.
It's a high class hotel, $10 a night.
Yes. Whereas where she was staying is the low class.
We need
hotel,
6 rooms.
$2 a night.
How many rooms per floor?
Yes.
No, Mercy's got her room in her cheap dive hotel and she's fine where she is. You guys, get what you need.
Back.
So 2 bits is 25 cents, is it?
Yeah. The 2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits, $1. What do we
I
stand
see.
for? Stand up and holler.
Yeah.
By the way, that compared to the imperial system, that's simple.
It is rather. Anyway.
Yeah. Don't
Okay.
talk about pence.
Okay, so the manager of the hotel introduces himself as Pierre Lafontaine, and he takes you up. He hands over 5 room keys, which basically takes up the entire top floor of the hotel.
Excellent. I'm going to go and get my room and then.
So is that $50 then? Is it?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, that's all right.
I wonder how long that's for. Won't be a night. It must be a week or something, mustn't it?
Yeah, well, I think it's for 6 months. Yeah.
6 months. Be there that long.
Yeah, it could be 12.
Well,
I think
everything
it's
else is
for
per day, isn't
5
it?
years.
Well, $10
Boarding
a
house
night.
The
is a
boarding
quid.
room is meals per day. With meals per day, $1.
Yeah.
So it's weird that
It just
they
says
put that
boarding
in the
house.
boarding house room, but they don't put it in the other places.
They just say with meals. Oh yeah, room. Oh, it is room per day. That's $50 a day. Sorry, I hadn't noticed that up the top.
That's right. We won't be here long, and Mr. Watt could afford it anyway.
Okie
Aye,
dokie.
we might get refunded on it anyway.
Ah, cunning man.
But it depends on who owns the hotel. We might want a favour, you see.
Mr. Silas Wanamaker owns the hotel, monsieur.
Where does he stay?
In his house. He owns most of the properties in the town, so he is.
Oh, I should go and speak to him because he could do me we could talk business. Because one day the railroad will come through here, and everybody should be in the deal.
You're that guy, aren't
Goddamn trains.
you? Everything's through their job.
Goddamn train.
They didn't put the map in. I cannot believe they didn't actually put the Weird West map in any of the modules. Crazy.
I'm sure we can easily find it else.
Oh, you can find it elsewhere. It's just annoying that it isn't there. So I'm just going to have to go and find it. Because I want it in there. Obviously, I've got local maps, but I want a big map of the whole place. Much easier that way. So, okay. Lost track of what's going on. What's everyone else up to?
I'm watching the show. I want to know if it's any good, comparing notes.
Yeah, well, yeah, sure. If that's, I mean, they're passable.
That's what I
And
thought.
I'm gonna do another hand of poker.
You're going to do another hand of poker. Okay, so another hour. That'll be another $1 then.
Glutton for punishment.
Mercy made her way down there. She just gets a seat over here by herself, sort of, and orders a drink.
Do you want to roll first, or do you want me to roll first?
I'll let you roll first.
Okay. My computer is being very weird there. I don't know what it's doing, but it's having a moment. Okay.
So anyway, now we've got hotel rooms, shall we head back to the saloon and see how everybody's getting on?
Yeah, might as well.
Ah,
$2 again.
thank you.
Okay, you win
Well,
$2.
No, I don't, because I get a free reroll. So I win $20.
No, I misunderstood how it works. You win $2. Next time, I will make sure I will do it properly. I misunderstood.
No,
how
I
it
need
works.
you to write an extension that does gambling properly in Savage World.
Yes. I will read up the rules and do it properly in future. I apologise for misunderstanding how it works.
You've lost all your money and you've been turned
because this
into
place isn't rich enough for you to win $20.
and
Is
you've
the
been
point I'm
turned into a
trying to
lobster.
make.
Right. I did wonder why it was $1 ante, but
Yeah, that's why I misunderstood. I didn't realise it was. I didn't read the rules properly. I was just playing for winner gets all on the pot. Is all I was doing.
If you think she's expensive, they're the price of the uncle.
Righty-ho, now where was I? What was I up to? Okay, yeah. So I'm just waiting for you guys to actually do stuff. So
Well, listen, they're all gambling. I'm going to bed. I've had enough.
Well, after the show, I'm probably going to find out
so
where
you
I'm
walk.
going with her.
Okay. I say you walk out of the saloon underneath the sign that says "Showdown on Sundown," and head to bed.
Well, if Mr. Watt has told us that he's paid for rooms for us, then that's great. Otherwise, I'll have another hand, so I've got enough money to pay for.
Yeah, me and Mr. Watt came in and told you we got rooms.
In which case, then I will I will head to the room that's been bought for me.
That is a bit posh.
Thanks for that.
And the only one's
When
not
they
saying
all-
this is
when they all
Mercy. For
head
some
back
reason,
to-
Mercy's got her own rough, little horrible room.
Mercy's got her reasons for that, but that's all right.
Well, the thing is, I've got to keep up appearances,
What are you on about?
Keep up appearances, because you know what I mean? Because there's always some rich landowner that's going to, want to be in the in crowd when the railroad comes.
But once they all go back to their fancy hotel, Mercy will go back to. She left her rifle back in her room because she don't carry that out in the suit.
Yeah, I did notice that the marshal didn't ask to collect our guns.
Because that would have been a bad move. He wouldn't have been the marshal for much longer.
By the way, if you're good at shooting, why don't you have one of these machine gun things?
Good night, Jim Bob.
Who are you asking that of?
No, I just wonder why Bill Murray hasn't got a machine gun. Like,
They haven't invented machine guns yet.
yeah, I've got one.
Guns.
Yeah, I've got
Gatling
one.
Guns.
Well, then I have
Right,
one.
Yes.
If you've got a machine gun, I'll have one. Yeah.
Were you quoting
Yeah,
Garfield?
I'm quoting the Waltons. Good night, Jim Bob.
The
Maybe
miss-
Garfield was quoting the Walton kind of.
If this fella's willing to pay for a very good room with meals, Miss Sophia, I suggest we just take it.
Well, you don't
I've
have
got
to
no
if you don't
problem
want to, but I
taking
mean,
it.
he's already paid for it, so what's the point of even arguing about it?
Who's arguing?
A
No one's
new
arguing.
map's coming up.
As long as I don't have to listen to much more of this railroad rubbish you're going on and on about.
Missouri.
Okay, so north. If you were doing the railroad north of here, it was Iron Dragon. Because Iron Dragon's green, and the north of because you're in Wyoming territory, so you guys are in Wyoming territory. You're probably up there at the moment. So
Okay.
obviously the Northern Railway into Deadwood is Iron Dragon Railway because it's green. And south of
Deadwood.
you've got
That's minor
South-
rails.
that's Minor Rails and Wasatch, isn't it? Further south,
Yeah.
because there's the
Yep.
tunnel. So yeah.
Yeah, so one
was
day
just-
there will be a track going from Billings to Salt Lake City, and it goes straight north to south.
Go.
Right. Well, in that case, I'm just going to have everyone go to bed.
Yeah, exactly. I've had enough. I'm going to dream about Missouri.
And in the morning,
Missouri boat ride.
In the morning, the marshal will basically, if you go check up with the marshal in the morning, you'll find out that you can, as you said, you can keep the horses, but there's no reward for Gus, and they've already been buried by, as you say, by the miners.
Well, if we're
You're
keeping
free
the
to leave the
horses, they
town.
were-
So they've had a minor burial. Understood.
So hang on, we can keep the horses, yeah. So
Yeah.
there were 5 horses that the gang had, and there were 2 horses on the stage.
You
That's
don't
7.
get to keep the stage horses.
No, we just turned up. We just turned up with a load of horses. We didn't say that which ones were the gangs and which ones were the stage.
It was pretty obvious.
You do know the stagecoach horses will be branded as basically being property of the stagecoach company.
Right.
And be tacked differently to riding horses anyway.
Exactly. And won't have saddles.
Your magic's not that good.
So basically, you're allowed to ride out of town if you want.
So where are we
Whooping
going?
and hollering, shooting every living thing in sight.
I don't think that was the idea.
Are we
Except
going
for
to
the women
Deadwood? I hear Al Swearingen's in Deadwood.
I'm just trying my very hardest not to sing right now because of the whole copyright.
Yes.
Do it. Sing. Get the copyright.
What,
Are
just,
you saying
just
you
to
want
piss Kev off?
Are you saying you want to take a stagecoach to Deadwood?
Possibly.
Yeah,
It happens to be travelling over certain terrain features. Do you think?
It's heading on over
do you
the
know
hill.
what?
With
While we
Jane.
do that, I'm pretty sure that Mercy could crack her whip away.
Yes, I
Yeah.
do think so too. Yeah.
There's a beautiful sky and it's a wonderful day.
I prefer the Jane out of Deadwood than the one out of Calamity Jane.
Forest Day.
Yeah, the one in Deadwood's much better.
Well, I was in one, I wasn't in the other, so I guess one up.
You weren't in Deadwood?
No,
Do you get the impression? Do you get the impression that money might be the loafer in the Levi's?
Possibly.
of course, typical. I was one of the whores. I mean, I do get typecast.
Right.
It's a good job if anyone can do it.
Well, when we pick up the we get the information from the marshal in the morning. Patrick would like to just hang back a little bit when everybody else leaves and have a word with the marshal.
Oh, I see. It's like that, is it?
I want to check over the horse and make sure that it's correctly shoed before I leave while we're here next to this really great livery stables. because I don't know how well they looked after it.
No, that's absolutely fine. Not a problem there at all. It looks good. Well, make a writing check. We'll find out, shall we?
Alrighty.
Boarding house with meals has gone down by $2 since Deadlands Reloaded. Yeah, it all looks good.
The economy got better.
$1/2, burial $5, doctor visits $5, house got $3. Everyone else seems to be heading out, and you're hanging back.
Yeah.
I'm going to wait for him, but a little distance away with Dakota.
Okay.
Marshall, before we head out of town, since it's fine for us to do so now, you and I both know that you knew that Mr. Cantrell, and you knew him well. There's no maybe about it. You most definitely did. Now, I'm guessing you got permission from whoever Mr. Cantrell's boss is that we could leave fine because he'd done something that he shouldn't oughter.
Actually, I can answer that one easily.
No.
I'm sorry, I don't speak Irish. What the fuck are you saying?
His answer was no, by the way.
But you were certainly worried that he'd got caught going after that territorial ranger.
I don't know.
There's something going on in this town. So there is, Marshall. Now, it's no matter to me, really, what's going on. But there's folks I'm riding with. If any of the trouble were to follow us because Mr. Cantrell there met an untimely end, it'd go badly for anyone that came after us, so it would. I'm telling you this for your own health, because looking around this place, you're not really the kind of fella that's used to, well, looking after himself, are you? Can't keep your room tidy. I'm guessing you can't keep the inside of your pistol tidy either. So
that sounded like a threat of his man.
This guy's quite big, butch, and get the impression he likes hitting things. So be a bit careful.
I kind of got that impression.
I'm not that far away. If he starts getting hit, he'll be in trouble.
Patrick's an old guy. He's led a long life. He's not that worried about his mortality these days.
Yeah, if there's going to be.
I just want to clarify something with Mr. Money though. When you say the marshal be in trouble, do you mean you'll sort of kill a lawman? That obviously causes all sorts of interesting things.
Have you looked at my character? I'm Will Money out of Missouri, dude. Yeah, there's nothing else to say.
The irony of your character is there's a whole part of the adventure that basically no one's actually done anything with, that basically is perfectly tailored for you, but that doesn't matter. You can ride out of town now, so don't you worry about it.
Yeah, we're riding out of town now, yeah.
There's not been any reason for us to stay around.
Hitting my mate Patrick,
because I'll be blatantly honest. Basically, no one's asked any questions of anyone. No one's asked anything about anything. No one's asked anything about any people. No one's done any networking or anything. So it's very hard for me to actually give you an adventure when no one's asking anything.
Well, I was trying to network because I was trying to find out who the landowner was. Because
I was trying to find out if we might be able to put a show on, and
did.
absolutely nobody asked the obvious gunslinger type. Say, have you come into Sundown for the showdown for the gunfighting competition that is obviously going on? That my character would in no way have.
Oh, is there a
mentioned anything about,
gunfighting
because
competition going on?
well, yes, that's what the showdown at Sundown
Oh,
is. With
well,
the big
then
sign
listen,
and
why are
everything.
we leaving
It's
town
blatantly
for when
obvious.
there's a gunfighting competition?
But, you know,
listen, Will Money is a killer, and so he doesn't know about
Because
using
I'm
his
evil.
brain.
But yeah, not a single NPC said, so are you in town for the gunfighting competition?
That's
Yeah,
good.
As Will Money is like leaving the hotel, he's going to see what's going on with this gunfighting competition.
Don't worry too much about that one.
No,
anyway.
it's too
I'm only
late now. You
teasing.
can't retroactively
No, because I had something planned I was going to do as you were all riding out of town, but that's fine.
Okay, good then. Good, excellent. You got something planned. Brilliant. Yeah. Sorry, Kevin. I know it's hard work when the players don't follow the rules, isn't it?
Don't worry, I'm only joking.
No. Listen, I do it as well. I sit there and go, right, you've got to go and burgle the house. Right, we're going to go and stay outside and keep an eye on the. I'm going to set a fire to the streets outside. It's like, no, just rob the house. Players, man, they never do what they're told.
I mean, don't worry. You guys seem to be having fun, so I wasn't really complaining about it.
Yeah.
So anyway,
yeah, but it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, and by the way, the reason I was asking about who owns the mansion is my character's got connection landowners.
Well, that's absolutely fine. That's not a problem. And Silas Wanamaker owns the place, which is why I've answered it for you. And he does show up, and you will get to meet him and all that. But obviously, before all that, you haven't. The one I'm really on about is no one actually asked anything about that strange word you were given. But that's by the by.
The strange who?
The strange what?
One word.
Showboat.
One word. Yeah.
Showboat.
Showboat.
Well, I actually did. I asked about whether or not I knew of any showboats in the area. As
You
in,
did,
but-
and I said, and I said for this area is landlocked, so you can't think of where there could be one. is what
Well,
I said.
I would imagine on that river north of Sundown, or on that river just to the south of Browns
Yes,
Rock.
and I told you didn't know of one. So the next question is, you should ask people, but no one does. But it doesn't matter anyway, because I'm going to finish my rant, and we're going to end the adventure here for this week with the cliffhanger. I decided I was going to.
Oh,
leave
brilliant!
you all
Okay, we've got a cliffhanger. That's the way it's always going to end, on a cliffhanger. Yeah,
Well, not a
you either finish the
cliffhanger, but
adventure or you
teaser.
get a cliffhanger. That's the only way it should be.
With a teaser for next time. So as you're packing up, as you're about to head off from talking to the marshal, and it looks like Belladonna's dropped anyway. As you're heading off after talking to the marshal, one of the deputies strides over towards the marshal's office, obviously beginning to start his shift. He nods at the deputy and go, "Oh, you missed late last night. There was a bit of a to do at Gaston's. Showboat knocked out another person. Yeah, she's a feisty one, that lady, and I'll leave it there."
Showboat knocked someone out.
A person.
Did we see this person showboat when we were there?
Yep.
Yeah, she's the lady behind the bar.
Ah, she knocked someone out. Who did she knock out? Who was it she knocked out? Not going to tell us, are you?
Yeah. No, when you look, it's you probably mean Showboat the performer, Adele Jackson. I think her name is. Her stage name's Showboat. I reckon she sings over at Gaston's. Mighty pretty, that one.
Now you see, if only we'd had a show to do, then we'd have definitely met her and spoken with her. But there was no way that we could put on our show.
No, because they've got it all signed up, and you've got to meet Silas for that. And I'm deliberately holding off meeting him until the time he invites you to his mansion.
Okay, so we've laid the seeds for this meeting, Silas.
Well,
Yes.
the only thing they ever said was the dancing girls. They didn't say there was any further show, and we stayed for the dancing girls.
And I was talking.
Didn't realise she was a singer. I didn't realise she was a singer because everywhere else it doesn't mention that. She just says she's in charge of the saloon girls.
Yeah,
so
again,
that's-
Pinnacle really needs to sort out their shit, man. They need to start putting more explanations in. They
Yeah,
I'm, not
by
really
the-
having,
so-
I'm not having a go at you guys for the record.
No,
don't
it's
worry.
true.
So
No,
anyway-
listen, it's true. Pinnacle need to put proper information in.
I did mention the mansion the first time we got into town. I says, "Who lives in the mansion?" Did I not?
You did. And I
Because I've
told
got
you.
connections, landowners, and I thought he's going to do us a favour.
Well, unfortunately, well, yes, the issue is, of course, I know what's going on, and I know that Silas isn't around at the moment, which is why I was downplaying your ability to talk to him. Because if
Ah,
doing
well,
things-
we don't know that Silas isn't around. You just ruined it for us.
I told you that. I told you.
I'm only
Showboat-
kidding.
Only kidding.
Showboat told you that he wasn't available. But anyway,
I like
there
that
we
map.
go.
That's a good map, that Weird West map, because the background is doesn't matter how far you scroll in or out, the background stays the same. That's good. Good idea.
Closed it.
Yeah. Anyway, it's very good. It's very good. I only killed one person tonight, so I'm a bit upset, but
Only
I
killed
did
one
shoot him
person
in the head right between the eyes. That's good. Actually, I killed 2 people, didn't I? I'm happy now. Right, Will Money's happy. He killed 2 people.
Good.
I shot the boss man and I shot the other guy. Yeah, boom.
You making notches on your rifle?
I'm making notches on Juan's head. Yeah. No, it's not Juan. It's Yuan. It's Chinese, not Puerto Rican.
Well, I hope you did enjoy. I did anyway with you lot having some interesting shenanigans. I need to what I've realised is how much of the Deadlands subtleties I've lost and all the roles playing too much Pathfinder. So I'm going to have to swat up. I'm also going to have to fix all the bugs I found in this product.
Yeah, no,
So
don't worry about it, mate. It's always fun. It's always good anyway. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Yeah, it just. That's the thing about role playing games is
Anytime you're bringing a new party,
the players never do what you want.
No, I know.
anytime you bring a new party together, the initial session's kind of awkward while they all get a sense of.
Oh yeah, no, don't get me wrong. I was getting paranoid. It's like I'm definitely taking on board where I didn't necessarily help things out, but at the same time, I'm still busy sitting there rereading stuff and thinking, okay, what are they doing here now? And it's like, yeah, okay. So I wish I just need to work out why I need someone to work out, and I don't mean you. I mean someone else to work out why OBS pretty graphics don't work anymore.
Oh, I'll have
tell
a
you
look.
what,
I'll have a look. I'll have a look. I'm not working from Friday. I'm not back to work till New Year, so I'll figure it out. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, no,
And
because
I'll let you know.
the biggest problem is now when you Google a lot of them now, they people have started making their own websites to do it for you to make it easy, so you don't have to put the code in.
Yeah, they can piss off. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks very much, guys. I shall see you after
In the future.
next Tuesday.
Excellent.
And for the record, Dazwalk, I did fill in Mercy's relevant background. Tell you how she
Yes,
got
I did
to where
notice.
she
I
is.
will have a proper read of that. Yes, I.
Will
I shall
Money's
leave it up if
background is
anyone wants to
complete.
do it. Is it? Because last time I looked, it said Will Money out of Missouri.
That is his complete background.
He's got a whole film made after him.
That's it. All you got to do is
Could've shot a
Google-
movie.
If you don't, just watch. If you don't
Which
know,
one is
if you
it?
don't
Is it
know the Will
Paranoid?
Money story, watch Unforgiven. Boom.
Unforgiven. Unforgiven again. Yeah. Actually, though, if you do want to watch a western with a definite Deadland feel, and you definitely go watch High Plains Drifter. It's quite interesting.
High Plains Drifter and the other one, Rider.
What's the
What's
one with the
it?
giant mechanical tarantula?
That's
Weird,
stupid.
Weird West.
That's
Wild
Weird
West.
West.
Smith.
Wild,
Wild
Wild,
West.
Pretty cool.
That could be a Deadwood game, and all a Deadlands game.
Wild Wild West, James West, Desperado, Rough Rider. No, you don't want nada. None of this. It's going to this brother running this Buffalo Soldier. Look like it's told you.
I'm
Yeah,
going to
that
have to remove this. I'm going to have to remove now.
Sorry.
No, you won't get.
I thought you weren't transmitted anymore by now.
That's okay. I'm gonna have to edit the smeg out of this one anyway. It was 40 minutes till we started. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it
Don't
there.
edit anything. Just stick it up there and go. If you don't like it, get stuffed. Yeah, that's all you got to do. If you don't like it, go away, man. I don't care.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Oh, right. No, it's
Well,
good.
do it for
Have a good
yourself and
Christmas,
not
one
for
and
anyone
all,
else,
and
because
happy
otherwise you
holidays
end
and all
up
that.
just ruining everything.
Oh yeah.
And
Have a good seasonal time, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, season
Indeed.
seasonal
Y'all have a
greetings, and
good
I'll see you
weekend.
after Christmas. Yes.
yes, I'll see you all on the 27th, where I will have actually.
And remember,
read
any
the
of you don't want to die, best clear on out the back.
Adios, one and all. Bye now.
See you later.
Good night. Y'all
Night.
have a good one.